Hello, everybody. This is Bear, and I'm here today with Blue, though he's not on camera. I know you get to see my face for the first time. Why are you waving? Oh, you're waving to that camera. Today is the day before my birthday. We are trying new things out with new sound equipment. And this is a special episode of Bearly Canon. I am being interviewed by, I guess, not the guests, the hosts. We have Turnip.
Hello.
And then we have Goats.
Hola.
And Blue's on sound, but he's not on camera.
Wait, am I participating in this discussion too?
I think it'd be hard pressed to not get you to talk in this.
Okay.
You're all mic'd up and ready to go.
Accepted.
You're
I've
right,
got a
you're
ball
right.
gag somewhere we can.
No, I'm good. I don't need any encouragement.
All right. Well, you guys are in charge of this, so I'm passing the control over to y'all.
Let go of the reins.
Yes, let go of the reins.
So, on this episode of Bearly Canon, we're celebrating our normal host and my lovely husband. And to do that, we want to hear more of his thoughts, opinions, which he holds back and never shares with anyone, as anybody who knows him knows. So we want to start. Said no one ever.
Like, can you please stop giving us your opinions?
That's enough. Oh, there's another line in the sand. That's a fun one.
Sushi says, we love a hard start. And then Apple says, I don't know, Sushi, a soft start is kind of nice too.
Wait, are you guys talking about sex? Sorry.
I mean, it's a great solo game.
We're not even like 2 minutes into the actual recording. Come on. Grow up. So what we were going to do today, Omar, if you want to jump in, but we're going to do some hot takes. Goats. Holy
These are
goats.
internet names.
Holy bats.
There we go. We're good. It's cats at glasses. It's fine.
I mean, I think Turnip did a good introduction. Very well. Basically, this is your chance to get your hot takes out there, and then we can tell you how wrong you are, and then we can go on.
Yeah.
Because we're your friends, and your friends are purposely here to say how you're wrong.
Ooh, what's the thing? We listen, but we don't judge. But the opposite, we judge.
I feel like the whole show is that you're supposed to be kind of. I give a hot
We
take.
hardly listen and we definitely judge.
Yes.
So the first hot take that comes to mind with me, Sushi says, "Who the fuck is Anwar?"
That's
I don't know. I'm just
Goats.
making stuff up here.
So my hot take, I just got done reading Brandon Sanderson's newest book, The Winds of Truth. On Audible, that is a 70-plus hour book. My hot take is 70 hours is too long for a book. Because if you normally have your Alexa, stop. I don't know what that timer is for. When you normally have like the cadence of a story, you have like the build up to it, and then it comes to the climax, and then you have the bad stuff that happens, and then the good guys save the day at the end or whatever. Like there's a plot cohesion, how a story should go. 70 hours is too long because it's like, well, before I get any farther, I let it cook.
right.
I guess you guys.
Well, I will start by letting everybody else start because Bear, we might have our mics reset. So
Okay.
go for it.
All right, I'm in agreement with you. I think 70 hours actually is too long. I mean, I think if you look at just books, movies, whatever, it's the same thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, Lord of the Rings is very good, and I'm glad they broke it up into 3 movies. I don't think I can sit through a whole Lord of the Rings and watch from beginning to end without like losing my mind. So yeah, I think 70 hours is too long. It needs to be. If it's multiple books, I'm more cool with multiple books.
What percentage?
Yeah.
Is my mic working?
Yeah, mic's good.
Like
Okay.
percentage,
What percentage do you agree or disagree?
Like 90%.
Okay.
Borderline.
So there's like a room for maybe a
I'm sure I'm leaving the 10% for an exception to the rule. So
I just wonder how large a 70-hour book actually is. Like, can you carry it, or is it a table?
It is. I have seen it at work, and it is a tome. It is.
A tome.
You would need both hands.
Yeah.
Our chat says, on a different note, Sushi says that he has just got started with Dungeon Crawler Carl this week, and he's loving it. He got hit with the realization that no audiobook will compare to the voice acting on this one.
Yeah.
And he's halfway through it. Apples agrees and says that Jeff Hayes is God. And so she says it ruined future audiobooks for me. And then Apple says, oh, for sure. I also love watching Jeff narrate because he switched between voices so flawlessly. Mm-hmm. Then Apple says that, are you talking about Apple's with the Winds of Truth, the 1,300 pages? Yeah, it's a big book. So do you agree? Like, what percentage do you agree with?
Yeah, I agree. That's far too long.
100%?
Yeah, I think 100%, because if it takes you that long to say it, I've stopped caring.
Yeah.
Right.
I just feel like that could easily have been 2 books.
Right.
Wait, this is for a single book?
This is for a single, 70 hours.
That's
Too long.
a lot of
I legitimately got halfway through that book and needed a break, listened to another book, and then came back to that book because my brain needed a break from it. And there's just certain points that a story needs to hit. And it's almost like that old saying where you're like watching a pot boil. Mm-hmm. A watch pot never boils. That's kind of what it felt like. I was like, all right, when's it going to happen? Like, when's, and then it, and don't get me wrong, the book was good and I enjoyed all the steps through it, but it just wasn't,
Don't mind me.
I don't know.
Wasn't cohesive? Wasn't enjoyable?
No, I mean, all of it, like, I love Brandon Sanderson as an author. He's a great author.
Is it the too much of a good thing situation?
He's like, he is very verbose and he does kind of like go on sometimes, but I'm enjoying the character development and all that. So.
Well,
Okay.
I don't like reading books, so.
So everybody agrees with you that is far too long, but I also know that you do not like too short of a books. So is there a sweet spot for an audio, like what is the appropriate length for an audiobook to be for you?
Right.
What's that perfect spot?
I will not spend a credit on a minimum of 10 hours.
Minimum 10 hours. So would you buy the Bible?
No, I wouldn't buy the Bible either way. But
Yeah.
first of all, why would you buy a Bible when it's free? You can get
Oh my
it
gosh.
multiple places.
Is Book Marauder, wait, is it the wrong spelling or correct spelling?
What? Brian, why, Bear, why 10 hours?
I will not spend a credit on a book that's less than 10 hours.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like I'm getting, because again, if you break down sorry, chat is blowing up.
Because we're all here to celebrate you.
I appreciate that. If you break down the cost of an audiobook versus the cost of a credit, it would.
Pan snoozing under the pillow.
Oh, okay.
Then it just doesn't make sense to do it.
Yes. So, speaking of the chat, I don't know where we're left at on that one, but Sushi said that Sushi says, I finally got into Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Oh yeah, hold on, I got it.
He said that.
Think about the slow
Understood.
readers. Think about the children. So she says, and then Apple says, "Not the children." And then Book Marauder out of nowhere comes in and says, "DD, what is DD?" I think he meant Dungeon Crawler. So DCC links.
That's the
And
correct
then
length.
Some guy named Cool Blue says, "Hi, chat." It sounds a lot like "Hi, Zev." And then Apple says, "It is 45 hours, and it will read that book until I die." It is 45 hours. The It by Stephen King book.
Yes, and to be fair, I know. Geez, so about book length, there was a Humble bundle, and I frequently buy Humble bundles and send them to my friends because it's like, hey, you like books? Here's a book.
Right.
I send one to Apple's with all the Stephen King thing, and Apple's was like, I've read every one of these books except for one of these, which was like a special short novella. So that goes a long way to say
It
that.
Bleeds? No, that's...
Was that it?
No, It Bleeds is the short stories together. The book for the short stories.
Yeah, there was something like that. But I remember Apple's was saying like, yeah, I've read all these books already except for this one, and that was interesting. I was like, oh, okay, well at least it's charity.
I would say probably 20 to 30 is about, I feel like a sweet spot
For hours?
for hours on a book. Yeah.
So where would you put Dungeon Crawler Carl as a series? Because like I'm struggling to make it through it because I listen to my books in the car and I don't spend a lot of time in the cars, and that is I think a 12-hour book each one roughly.
They get longer as they go.
Worth every credit.
Yeah, like 100%.
No, for sure. I'm enjoying the experience, but yeah.
I was going so I agree with you on the 10 hour thing. I have to follow the same medium, or if the price of it is below 15, that kind of makes me hesitant. But one thing I was going to say is, I mean, and this is where me pushing back a little bit on my 10% would be, if it has peaks and valleys, I think it can go a little bit longer. So I think we use the cross example. There are peaks and valleys. Like overall, it's the level of whatever level he's going through, but it's basically there's some conflict. It has a climax, then it has some more resolution. There's like an overarching issue, which is like kind of the floor, but then you get those peaks and valleys all the time, which is kind of like a TV series. So I think that's one of the things where it can actually work out. What?
I'm laughing because Apples is asking, are we all are we all reading or listening to our books at?
No, 1.25.
1.0.
1.25. No, I can't. I don't have a attention span long enough. 1.25 for everything.
That was easy. Either 1.5 or 2.
So Goats is straight up time and a half or times 2.
I got
I
a
like it
backlog
in
to get
real
through.
time. I
Yep.
listen to it at speed 1.
I listened to Speed 1 as
Speed
well.
1.
Yep. Now, if it's like a professional book, something that I'm reading for like work, then I'll speed it up. Or when I was in school, if it was school stuff, I really like for my little professors to sound like chipmunks.
Yeah, I
But-
remember listening to you, and I was like, "Good God!" Like it sounds crazy. Sushi asks, "Is this being recorded for the VOD?"
For the Vine. Do it for the Vine, Bear. We can see your face. And it says resist. I like how you look at the camera when it said that.
Apple says, "Oh my God, get good." Jesus, Goats gets it.
Well, to be fair, if I'm not mistaken, Apple's had to read a lot of like technical books. So like, would you read technical material at 2.0? I know it's kind of derailing the conversation for a second, but like technical things I have to read at 1.0 because it will wash over me.
It depends if I need to know if I need everything in there, then fine, I'll slow it down but like if I need to know the general gist of everything and stop when I need to, 2.0. I mean, I watch my YouTube videos on 1.5 or 2 most, and then I get most of the information. And then if I need to stop and examine something, then I will.
That's fair.
Sushi says, "Perfect." I disagree because the whole point of me is like I'm looking at a 10-hour book because it's not long enough for my credit, but then I'm going to speed it up. Like that makes zero sense.
So I feel like density of material is still there. So it's like if you have a 10-hour book and you speed it up by 1.25, which I do, or if you do 2.0, which is what Goats does, then like that gets to a point to where you're getting 10 hours of information in 5 hours. I feel like it's worth it.
One of my follow-up questions was like, when you say like 70 hours, is that only 70 hours at normal speeds?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did speed that up.
Yeah.
I did go up to 1.2 on that, 1.25, because I was like, dear God, this book will never end.
So question. So since you agree on speeding up, does that change the prompt? Because like if a 70-hour book is sped up by two times speed, that's a 35-hour book.
Right.
So would you actually enjoy it now?
No.
Right. Because there's a reason it's so long, right? Like something is fluffy or overstuffed. Like I don't know that book. I haven't read that book. But if somebody's spending like 8 pages describing the tree you're looking at, it's like still 8 pages, even if it's at 1.25.
Legitimately thought about this. I don't remember how that book ends. And I just got done reading it because it was just like, God, I just want to get like, it became a slog because it was such a big book. And I just was like, I wish this book would end. So I don't remember the ending.
So if you're in Audible and you're looking for a new book, you know you want it over 10 hours, you know you want it under 70 hours. Is there like a number where you're like, ooh, that looks like a really good length?
Like 20 to 30.
Okay.
20 to 30 is about the sweet spot for me anyways. But see, I'll listen to a book that's 20 or 30 hours, and then I'll listen to the next one right next to it, another 20 or 30 hours. And for whatever reason, that break, like the pacing is good.
But it goes into the peaks and valleys. I think that is what makes the difference. If it's like just going up for like the whole.
Well, that was the 70 hours. It was going up.
The whole
It
70
was
hours
like
thing.
The pot was boiling, but
Yeah.
it was like, how much more boiling can it get? Because again, I mean, Brandon Sanderson is a good author. He is very prolific with his words, similar to Stephen King, but he's good. I enjoy what he writes. But 70 hours of Brandon Sanderson cooking is like, whew. I am
It's
that.
like, take that off the stove, guy.
Yeah, I am the rib that the meat is falling off the bone.
Wait. So is the moment you stop saying "go off, chef," you start saying "please stop, chef"?
Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm full and I got grease all over my mouth. I'm like, I can't fit any more on. Please stop shoving it in my mouth.
The
And it's like,
visual's really good. It's doing it for me.
Is it?
You've got like 10 hours left. I'm like, oh God, I just can't take it anymore. So
And I think it is about also how they do the descriptions. Because I mean, to your point, you were mentioning something about like 8 pages describing something. It can be done well. Was it Patrick Ross? I always mess up his name.
Patrick Rothsberger.
Yeah. He did a great job in The Name of the Wind. Like he would just sit there and he'd be describing something, and you'd be like, "These are beautiful words." I don't, even though you're just describing a pot.
I put him as like one of my top authors. I just never recommend him because it's been over 10 years and he's not written the next fucking book.
Yeah.
Wait. Do you like George R. R. Martin now?
I used to love, like, George R. R. Martin used to be one of my top authors as well, except for he hasn't finished the fucking book and he keeps making money off of it. But that's a whole other rant that horse has been beaten dead by a lot of people. So.
Okay, another horse to beat dead. Do you like J.K. Rowling? Okay, let me stop.
No.
Wrong direction. Abort mission.
Yeah.
Okay, Turnip, sorry I cut you off. You were going to say something?
Oh, I was just going to say that Apples had said that they like to read, like physically read technical stuff and highlight and put notes. I love that too. And I have like the little sticky tabs because I like to tab things that I like need to go back, or like if it's something that I didn't quite understand and I want to do like additional research on it, but want to get through like a certain amount of content, then I'll do that as well. I will say I have actually slowed down.
What?
Not a book, it was a class because it was a technical class, so I needed to be able to follow it. And the instructor was heavily accented and spoke really, really quickly. So I had to slow them down to like 0.75 to even be able to get it.
No, that makes sense.
That makes sense. I mean, I feel like heavy accents definitely caused me to have to slow down. It's something that I learned in the tech support world is like sometimes you talk to customers and people who have very strong English accents or Irish accents or Hindi accents or stuff like that, and it's extremely important in the first 35-40 seconds to actually try to focus really hard and say, okay, they said some sounds, what word did they say? And then once you figure that out, it starts becoming a lot easier hearing it out. But that said, that doesn't help if it's very technical, because you're trying to say, okay, you said a technical thing, I don't know which word you use. Okay, I figure which word you use, and by that time they moved on to the next part. I was like, shit, okay, I gotta rewind and go back.
Yeah, and the transcripts really help for me too. I'll just, not the transcript necessarily, but
Closed caption?
yeah, that.
Closed caption. Yeah.
Subtitles.
Which closed caption technology has come a very long way. Apples and Chet says that they're listening to Empire of the Dawn right now. She thinks it's like 35 hours, but it's all right because it's the last book in the trilogy.
Nice. What's Empire? Is that a series? Is that
I
a
don't
book?
know. I've never heard of it. I have to check it out.
Tell us more. Tell us more.
So I'll say technically I'm more of a visual person, so I need to see what they're doing and see what they're talking about to really grasp it. But if you really want some fun, try 3-point speed. And that is some fun.
3-point speed?
Yes, that is fun trying to follow something.
So question. And again, I know I'm stealing away from the original topic. I speed things up because if it's not a little bit faster speed, it takes them so long while they're talking to get to the point that I'm looking for, even if they're telling like a backstory. And this is me. I like to put a lot of fluff in my own speaking in general. But do you feel that faster makes it more entertaining? Because I feel like if you're at 3-point speed, you gotta focus on what they're saying instead of just passively listening.
I mean, 3-point speed, I'm just trying to get through it. I want to hear what you say, get to the points, and move on. That is one where I can't have distractions. Like 2-point speed, I can have distractions. 1 and all that, I can have distractions. 3, I'm like, no, I can't have any distractions. I need to focus. Because literally, if I look up, I've missed so much.
So much, yeah.
So Apple says Empire of the Vampires, Book 1 by Jay Kristoff. And then Sushi chimed in with, so what's the difference between buying a book on Audible and then buying a credit? Buying a book on Audible, you can just pay cash for it. Or a credit can be used for any book on Audible. But a credit, I think, when you buy it, just one credit, I think it's $15. Or they have usually a deal where you can buy 3 credits for $11 each.
Yeah.
So if I look at a book and it's like $7, why would I spend a credit on it when the credits cost $11? So it kind of it's like a answer that question. Apple says I drove 6 hours to meet the man on his book tour because his books are so good. Book Marauder says, did I just hear Blue say he is a fluffer? And then Apple's jump back in with sushi. Books cost like 40 plus. Books cost like 40 plus books. Credits
$40 plus.
$40 plus dollars.
Yeah, that's where the credits.
The credits are
effective.
like 16.
That's the most effective.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually wait to the end of year sales, and then I wind up buying like 20 or 30 books. Like, hey, I'm gonna spend $200 on books, and just buy 200. Like, basic books are like $5 a pop that are like questionable titles, and I'm like, I'll give it a shot for $5.
Yeah. I know my dad listens to a lot of, like, that's really the only way he does anything now is he listens to Audible. So he'll buy these like box sets of books, and I'm like, anytime there's a book set that like a box set of books, it's probably a shitty book, and it's like lower quality, bad narrator, stuff like that.
Like, you mean when it's packaged like that on Audible, right? To clarify.
Yeah, it's like, here's all 7 books in the series for 1 credit, and I was like, that's gonna be shit.
Well,
You don't know.
I mean, your dad, he doesn't have a lot to look forward to.
I'm going to argue against that. I have gotten books in the series where they're getting a good bundle, and it's because the book series is usually that long that they're never going to get somebody into it unless they catch them up. And so that's why I have plenty of good series, and some of them we disagreed on.
I die so humanity survives.
Not that one. We disagreed on a lot of those. But anyway,
That
but you're
series was horrible.
Yeah.
It was the narrator's fault.
So, yeah, so I would disagree that sometimes you can find those that are
like diamonds in the rough. So is there a specific book that you were targeting with the hot take? Because like I feel like you had
Yeah,
you had a book in
I was
idea.
talking about Winds of Truth. That
Okay.
specific one. It was the newest one in the Brandon Sanderson's series. What is it?
So you're saying-
Stormlight Archives. So Brandon Sanderson has his whole universe is called the Cosmere, and he's got different story arcs that are going in it. But this was like his big one, and it's going to be a 10-book series, with the first half of the series being 5 books, and then there's going to be a huge time jump with how the way the book ended that I clearly remember. I don't remember because I was trying to get through it. Like, it took too long to get there. I stopped paying attention. It just was. And then the second half is going to be after he puts out some other books that are in other parts of the universe. So, again, I really like it, but God, I couldn't get through the 70 hours. I got bored.
I mean, at that time, well,
Yeah.
so how do you get through such long books? Because like for me, it's like when I'm driving, that's where I get through long books.
That's all Goats does it. It's 2x speed.
Oh, fair.
I mean, so with majority of the jobs that I've taken in the past, I just saw turn up logged into Across the Obelisk on her laptop. Apparently, somebody didn't close that game.
Apparently not. Laptops over there laptopping.
Most of the jobs that I've taken in the past have been things that I can either drive a lot and or are working with my headphones on while I'm doing it. So, so normally, like right now, I'm working in a warehouse and for 10 hours at a time. So I just listen to a book for 10 hours. So literally a 70-hour book would take me a full 7 days to get through if I didn't, stop and do anything else. Book Marauder says, besides Dungeon Crawler Carl, I'm assuming he's asking me, what's your top book series? The Expanse?
Ooh,
The
that's a great
Expanse is
question.
definitely up there. I like The Expanse authors. They do a great job, and I feel like that's probably my top sci-fi, besides that one with the Bobaverse series.
The Bobaverse?
Bobaverse series, yep.
What is
Guy gets hit by a car and had signed up to like a science company where they would like keep him alive after he's dead.
Oh.
And they put his brain into a spaceship, and he's like an intelligent spaceship.
Is his name Bob?
His name is Bob.
Whoa.
And then he starts cloning himself, making like other spaceships and like putting his mind in that as well, but they're not him. They're like versions of him, because when you clone, like you start cloning people, it gets slightly different.
Right.
And so it's an interesting take with the main character is a fucking spaceship flying around space and exploring.
Which one was that TV show? There's a TV show about like shit. It's a miniseries on HBO. It's like the people are become one. They drink milk and shit. Fuck. Somebody knows it. Somebody knows what I'm talking about.
Milk.
They drink milk?
They drink.
That's the weirdest.
It's like a really popular show people are talking about. I'm not watching the Twitch chat, so I don't know if anybody's mentioned it yet.
Everybody's got to give you weird looks.
Everybody's
The
staring at me.
leftovers, Book Marauder says.
Maybe.
Well, you cook on that and you think about it and Google it or whatever and come back.
No.
So
not that one.
The Expanse sounds like a Friday night for Book Marauder, Apple says. Sitting around drinking milk. I really enjoyed The Expanse as a book. I am one of those weirdos. I know that
I was in Netflix.
Goats' wife really liked it, but I did not like the TV show of The Expanse. I liked the actor who played Amos, but like they just didn't. Similar to Game of Thrones, the TV show, they couldn't do certain things because, like the direwolves, they had on the Game of Thrones TV show, they couldn't have the direwolves in there as much as they needed to because it was too high of a cost with computer generated stuff. Same thing with The Expanse. There's a group of people that live in the belt, far out in the belt ring of our universe, and living out there for so long has made them. They call them skinnies. They're very tall and thin. Their bones are frail. Like having characters like that, and some of the characters are like that. They couldn't afford having to run the CGI for that over too many episodes. It would have it bottomed them out.
Understood. I remember the name of the thing.
We're all waiting with bated breath. What was the name of this milk drinker?
Pluribus, I think. Is the name of it?
Oh yeah, that's on our Plex server. We haven't watched it yet.
What is it?
Pluribus?
Oh, yeah, I've heard good things about it.
I've heard good things. I just haven't watched it yet.
My stepfather was telling me all about it, like with the amount of focus that somebody who has like the hyper focusing thing does. And I was like, yeah, that's really cool. Oh yeah, it's great. Oh yeah. He was like, yeah, and then this happens. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I really don't care. That's cool. Yeah, no. But he liked it a lot, so I wanted to mention that.
Apples wants to know: is the good things the milk drinking?
Yeah, Plumbus.
The Plumpus is not. No, that's a Rick and Morty joke. How they make the Plumbus?
Oh no. But yeah, so okay. How do you feel about a very long book series being converted into a TV show? And would you watch that show?
If they did it right, sure. But
'Cause
every example I have of that has been bad.
Lord of the Rings is technically like a 70-hour.
Lord of the Rings, the movie was great. I enjoyed those movies.
But you don't like the books.
I don't like the books, actually.
You ever watched Dresden House TV show?
I have watched it when not apples,
Wow, it's just going all
all these fake names are hard to remember. When Turnip had it on TV, I watched it.
Man.
I tried to read it as well. I got maybe 2 books in and was like, but I also met the author and kind of was a douchebag.
Fair enough. I like that TV series. Murderbot was a good series that from a book.
Yeah, I did enjoy the Murderbot series.
So it can be done. It just
Has to be done well.
Another, if you're going for sci-fi Marauder, if you're looking for a good book, that's pretty short, but it's got 4 books in the series. A long way to a small angry planet is really good, and it has sex in it. For those of us that like sex stuff.
Why was that?
We call it smut
No, it's
Thank
not.
you.
I wouldn't say it's smut.
or cliterature. Literature?
Oh, I like that. Literature. Oh, okay. All right. I'm cooking. All right.
Sushi says, at Cool Blue, thoughts on Netflix One Piece show? They did like 5 plot arcs in the first season.
I do not. First and foremost, I have not followed One Piece. Second of all, I do not have Netflix anymore. Third of all, I like the idea of making more things in the universe. I hate the idea. So, like, if they did the Star Wars thing where they followed some other characters or some shit, that'd be great. I really hate when they try to take some anime or something that was like animated or not live action and make it live action. So that goes a long way to say that I've heard really good things about it. I have not watched it myself, and it's doing fine. So I have no specific strong feelings about it, surprisingly. Outside of the fact that I don't like live action conversions of things. If you don't have to.
I actually enjoy. I'm never gonna watch the anime of One Piece because it's too fucking long.
You're too fucking long.
Now I'm too old
That's
and
what
I'm too
I
long.
Wow.
But watching the live action made me like, okay, I'll watch it. I'll give it a chance. They did much better than they did with the what's the fucking
Cowboy
Death
Bebop?
Note.
Oh.
No, I actually really like Cowboy Bebop too. I thought
Really?
Cowboy Bebop was not a
That
bad.
was atrocious.
I heard
Even
people
I was like the trailer made it seem really interesting, and then the show was like, whoa.
I mean, I don't know. I understand that they had to do certain things the way they did it. Ed was bad.
Yeah, no, Ed was so I watched enough to get the controversy on YouTube about Ed and Ed's character. Ed is supposed to be a very specific way, but the way that they converted him into the show is not just obnoxious, but also like why?
They were in the show for like 5 seconds.
Right, but they lost their purpose with how they portrayed Ed in the thing. So people were like, why? And there were so many video essays about it that I watched a lot of them.
For a 5 second, I already have my next rant if we want to move on, but let me catch up on chat.
Rant.
Opinion.
I mean, so I guess, well, I'll just get you in chat now.
Apple says sex, and I feel like their ears are perking up. As a prolific reader of literature. Sushi says Murderbot was fun, and yes, please, to something that we just talked about.
Yes, please, the sex.
Probably. Everybody likes
Probably.
sex.
It's
Not in my books. I would rather let's just move on with our lives in books.
I mean, I
You
feel
don't like sex in books?
No.
Is it because it's too?
Especially when they get detailed in, I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm out.
You don't like the words throbbing and pulsing? and
No. So like,
As you save them?
I read trash books, and the minute they start, I'm like, fast forward. You know,
Apple says that they're literally wearing a literature shirt right now. And does that mean you're not wearing a shirt? Are you naked? I mean, you're at home. You can do what you want. So she says, I saw a skit that a guy found a genie and he wished to experience One Piece for the first time again. The genie made him forget One Piece, and then he comes across the show again and said, 1,000 episodes, fuck that. They are at, how many episodes are they at?
they're over 1,000. Not the longest running series, but close to.
See, the problem with One Piece versus like shows like Bleach, Dragon Ball Z, and all this stuff is that a lot of the episodes, from what I hear, are not filler. So like all this stuff is canon, all this stuff is important, it's character development. So it's like it's really good cinema if you want to sit down and watch it.
One Piece.
Dragon
For
Balls.
One Piece, they said a lot of the episodes are not filler. A lot of the thousands of
I
episodes.
disagree with that statement.
Again, this is what they say, and when I say they say, I mean somebody who knows more about anime than I do.
The
Saying
Dragon Ball Z episodes where they're screaming for 30 minutes or
No, they're taking a dump, and that's what they're doing.
it's a
Jeez.
spirit bomb, guys. Give me your energy for 6 episodes.
I'm not even joking. Like that's a real thing. It's like
Delightful.
they're like Super Saiyan getting powered up.
Alrighty. then.
I do one more tangent about this whole Audible thing, and I wanted to ask you, get your opinion on it.
Sure.
How do you feel that most of your media now you don't own? Like Audible is a good example.
Great
You don't own
question.
it really. They get in service, and you just add like one of those books.
I get that.
You mean it's not tangible property? Like you
No.
can't touch it, or like you don't?
The
No, you
service,
don't
when service
own it.
goes away, like
Yes.
you may or may not have access to those books.
Correct.
so we
Unless you
Or
download
Netflix, or
well, Netflix you don't own it anyways. That's a library. Whereas
Yeah.
I am paying money for certain things on Audible. I'm paying money for certain things on Steam. Like those are mine, but they're being held by Steam and Audible. So if they went away, I would lose them.
If buying is not owning, then pirating is not stealing. I live by that creed.
Yep, I agree with that. But I'm also a prolific stealer. So
I mean, I guess how do you feel about
Pirate.
that? Like, how do you feel about the fact that you don't own them?
I don't think about it.
Fair enough.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah, I have a mental curtain that I just like push that behind, and I know it's there, and I'm like, oh. Now that being said, if I enjoy a book series or I enjoy something, I will get. Like, we have a pretty big. I feel like it's a pretty decent sized library. We're running out of bookshelves, but I buy a hardback of the books that I really enjoy, so that I have a copy of that because I think we're not. I wouldn't say we're doomsday preppers, but we do have.
Yeah, just in case.
We have gear and we have food and we have stuff like that.
Just in
And
case
I feel
Daddy
like,
Bezos
I feel like board
decides.
games, video games, that kind of stuff that's part of the prepping because if you're stuck in a place in a cave for 6 months and you can't go out, if you don't have anything to do, then we're gonna probably
Entertain,
kill each
just-
other.
Just build an arc reactor. That's what people do in caves.
All right, Tony.
Such a believable story.
But I guess do we want to wrap this topic up since we're really going into the
I don't
branches?
know. You guys are in charge.
So Well, I know one thing you like to do is ask people to have their opinions change. So the question, the original question was, how do we feel about long books? I don't feel like, maybe I'm wrong. My opinion hasn't changed. Like 90%, I don't long books, but there's a 10% for those exceptions. Turn up.
My opinion hasn't changed. 70 hours is too long. Can't say it faster. I don't care.
All right, Mr. Person who's not on video.
My opinion has only been more solidified. I agree with the things Term said. It was like, hey, if it's not interesting, like kind of get to the thing. Although I will say, especially when it comes to like videos and stuff, like I prefer longer format videos. But when it comes to like books, it's just I'm just so bad. I'm so bad at being committed to books.
Well, and this is not a jab, even though you've jabbed at me a couple times today, Blue.
I never would. I would never.
You're having a hard time getting through Dungeon Crawler Carl. That is not a long book. That's I
Correct.
feel like an average book.
And the reason why is because like I only really listen to it while I'm at home, I have the YouTube and stuff playing in the background. Whereas I don't think to like, oh, let me just pop on Audible and just like listen to a book for the rest of the day while I'm doing stuff.
So it sounds like you need to text him randomly during the day and be like, "Are you listening to Dungeon Crawl Carl?"
It could be effective.
I feel like Dungeon Crawler Carl, and we're all reading it. 3 of the 4 of us here have finished it. I know that Apples has finished it. I know that Marauder and Sushi are currently reading it. That being said, I feel like the first 2 books are good, but that really doesn't get good till the 3rd book. Like the character development gets better. That's when they're in the Iron Tangle, and it starts
spoilers.
picking up. No, I mean I've not said anything that you know anything about.
You're right. I have no clue what you're talking about.
So I feel like that is where the books are all good. I enjoyed them all, and I've listened to them multiple times. But I feel like it really starts to pick up pace from there. So I can understand where you're like, I'm enjoying it, but I'm not hooked on it yet.
That's right. Because I almost quit book number 1 because
because of the specific thing that happened.
The joke.
Yeah, the joke. I was like, yep, nope, not
New
feeling that joke.
achievements,
But
and you're like, oh my god, if you give me another achievement for this.
That was actually, I've heard a lot of people say they got hooked because of that new achievement. They're like, when I started hearing the achievements, it made me laugh.
No. That specific new achievement.
But I think you had another question you wanted to throw out there, or another hot topic you wanted to throw, or opinion you wanted to throw out there, Bear.
I did, yeah.
I think it's a good transition point.
Yeah. Give me a second. I'm trying to remember what it was.
The soapbox is yours.
I'm aware.
There's no orange to help you, Bear. You're all by yourself.
That's really helping. So I mean, I have a lot of opinions. I'm trying. Well, everyone that's popping into mind has been one that somebody else has said. So I'm having to go through the Rolodex of shows that we've already done, so I'm not repeating the same ones. And I don't want to beat a dead horse.
No, beat dead horses. Actually, don't beat dead horses. That's not nice.
Don't beat any horses.
Yeah, be nice to horses.
I'm really happy the way our dogs are being quiet right now and chill.
Why'd you put that out in the universe?
See, now they're gonna raise hell.
They're fine. So, my second opinion. Yep, I get it. Apples. Apples like Bear opinions. What? I feel like we are, as a society and as a species, we are getting to a culmination where there's too much entertainment. There's too many things happening. I remember when I was a young man,
Oh God,
a wee lad,
back in my
A
days.
young
back in my
warthog.
day,
A young warthog.
When I was a
when
young
I was a
warthog.
young warthog.
Yes.
I remember when Jurassic Park came out, and that movie was in theaters the entire summer. I think I saw that probably 3 or 4 times in theaters because that was it. You had that. I don't know what else came out at the time. Somebody in chat or somebody can like Google that what came out, but that was it. That was your summer blockbuster, and you got to watch that so many times. Whereas now it's like within a month, there's like a movie coming out every month. 2 or 3 movies coming out every month. It's like we've got this fire hose of entertainment that's just fucking streaming us right in the face, and it's like, oh, have you seen this? It's so good. I was like, when do I have the fucking time? I've got to read books. I got to watch TV shows. I got to watch movies. I've got role playing games. I've got board games. I've got so many things. And this would be a full time job to keep up with all the entertainment that's coming out.
To be fair, you don't gotta.
But to stay relevant, to have a conversation with people, you've got to be able to have this water cooler talk about whatever show you're talking about.
or not let it bother you.
Apple says pick one and stick to it.
Yeah.
So like I'm 50% on what you're saying because I kind of agree, but then and that's why I kind of don't care about spoilers because then I can have a conversation and somebody can tell me about the show they're watching that I'm never going to watch because I just don't have the time for it. And I love to say, "Oh, tell me more," and I'll just enjoy it and I'll enjoy them listening and connecting with that person and letting them listen to their passion about the show come through and excite me and interest me in it on something I probably will never get a chance to go read. Turn up.
I would say I'm probably. I don't disagree, but I can never find anything to watch anyway. So I think for me, it's not necessarily like, yes, there is a volume, but there's a distinct lack of quality options. So like I would prefer there be less and higher quality. But yeah, I mean, it's like anything, the way we built our entire like economy and structures just continue to feed people's consumption. So
Blue?
My whole thing is like I'm in alignment with Turnip there. It's like a lot of times I don't find things or I can't find things that I actually want to watch or interest me. So I tend to like spend a lot of time watching like murder things and murder investigations and the psychoanalyzing stuff. So that goes a super long way to say that if I give it a percentage, I would say only 25% agree because I do feel that there's a certain rising of slop that exists when it comes to like, hey, perfect example. The Rodecaster Video S just recently came out and there was an embargo and it clearly was an embargo because everybody released a video on the same day. In 4 weeks, there's been no new videos about it. And that's so frustrating to me. So I feel like there's a huge hold on when information comes out, and there's like a dearth between people who actually are interested in it, people who are doing it for like their business, their job, and then people who actually just kind of want to find stuff. Because like it's just so hard to find information sometimes. So on the one hand, there's an empty amount of information. On the other hand, there's no information. There's too much information. So I 25% agree with I agree 25% is what my commitment would be, but I agree with the sentiments of Turnip. Is like I just can't find shit I want to watch sometimes.
Apple says, I need to talk to goats more. I like what that man's saying. I said that in a deep, sultry voice.
So
Hold up. And then Sushi says, well, the other part of that is that those movie companies want to get to the theaters for the hype, but then they want to get that Netflix money.
So my pushback, a little pushback to everyone is, especially people that nothing on, is it because, and it's not, the standard's too high? Like, can a show be okay? Like, I watch a lot of anime, a lot of isekai anime. A lot of it, I will fully admit, it's trash. It is potato chips. It is not, like, it's not a masterpiece. When your title is How I Got Reincarnated with X or Became a Vending Machine or something like that.
Hold on. Your mic is disconnecting. I don't know why.
I don't know how to fix that.
Hold your breath.
No. Just clip it to your put it on top of the pillow. That'd be fine.
The receiver.
No, the receiver.
Clip it where?
Make it just so that it's easier for the thing to find it.
There you go. All right, go ahead. My apologies.
I acknowledge it's trash. I acknowledge it's potato chips, but I'm like, I'm okay with watching a B show. I'm okay watching this and getting some enjoyment out of it. I feel sometimes, and it's kind of the Marvel problem, is it's because it's not everything's not in-game level. It's people sometimes say we have nothing to watch because it's just they can't just watch a B show. I'm not saying it's particularly your guys' case, but I'm just saying in general.
Right.
So, well, anybody who knows me knows that I watch garbage horror movies all the time. So it can be B-rated, it can be just okay, and I can still find like joy in it.
Apples, I'm going to ask for clarification. Your chat says Netflix also has such a chokehold. 9 years for one TV show?
Yep.
Question mark exclamation. I'm unfamiliar with that. What does that mean? Does Netflix own shows for 9 years and they can't? Nobody else can use it while they have it or something?
It's like the Disney effect at that point.
Hell yes, garbage horror movies. Apple says. That was now you've reminded me what my actual rant was going to be, but
It was like it's too much AI garbage.
Focus.
That is a whole other conversation. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I let my friends down sometimes, and I think that's bad. When it's like for instance, Goats is like, hey, have you watched this show? And I'm like, no. He's like, oh, I really wanted to have a conversation about it. And I was like, oh, I feel like I failed my friend because I have not watched this thing, so we can have a conversation about it. And they're like the whole HBO idea of we release one episode a week so that the conversation can be around it. Oh, I see what she's talking about. Stranger Things, how it took them 9 years to finish that show.
Oh my God, yes, it's fucking. God, I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore about Stranger Things.
I will say in that scenario right there, you can just say, it's the best thing. That's why I kind of like about like not caring about spoilers. I'm like, you could just say, tell me about it, Omar, and you don't have to watch it because the problem is I get excited, you're not gonna watch it, and then next when by X number of weeks later, you're like, oh, I finally watched it. I'm like, well, I've stopped caring about it now. I moved on to the next thing.
But that's because you're not passionate about it enough, because you're getting that constant like engorgement of these type of TV shows, video games. There's always something new coming out. So like going back to Book Marauder asking, what's your favorite like book or sci-fi book? I'm like, that's hard to say because I'm just getting so much shoved in my mouth by so many places. I'm like, ah.
But you can close your mouth.
I can't because I'm failing my friends if I don't keep up with it.
It's like, I'm failing my friends. I'm letting you down.
But
gargle,
one of
gargle.
your friends like just talk to me about it. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, Bear, talk to your friend.
This is one of those, so tell me more, and then just you go, oh, so tell me more.
But I mean, I actually like if it's a good thing, I want to like jump on the train and do it as well. I just sometimes don't have enough spoons left to do that with all the things that's going on in life.
Wait, are you saying
I don't even have kids.
Are you saying that the
2 point
marketing
speed.
No.
Are you saying that the marketing peer pressure is strong enough for you, or is not strong enough for you?
I have a hierarchy of people that I listen to, with Turnip being at the top. And I'm not going to bring up who's at the bottom, but it is like a descending scale of who I will immediately devote my attention to.
Right. Also, look, our names are on the screen now. Yay!
Oh, that's amazing.
Very cool.
It took me 20 minutes to make that.
Apple says, sure, it's awesome talking about the Stranger Things. People tolerate 9 years waiting for the conclusion of a show if it came from other players. So she says, COVID messed up their filming, and did you know that Millie Bobby Brown is now married and has a kid when she was a child in that?
Holy crap,
Apple
no.
says, my point. But after COVID, they started taking longer between seasons anyways. And then we watched MBB Bon Jovi grow up so slowly.
Millie
Bobby Brown.
yeah. I mean, this is kind of this is why I think the U.S. should incorporate anime more, because
Right.
then you don't worry about your characters aging. This is why we should be more okay with animated film.
Yeah,
You don't worry about people having.
well, I mean, but a lot of people will immediately not want to watch it because it's animated. Because I'm an adult and I don't want to watch a cartoon. It's like there are adult cartoons.
So Avatar: The Last Airbender, I think, is one of the crossover moments for my. Well, no, I can't even say that because my stepfather used to watch a lot of DC, Marvel, animated stuff like DC Batman and everything like that.
Yeah, they do a good job with that.
But I was gonna say Avatar: The Last Airbender has been a crossover for some people because Western generated anime or animations have been not good, or at least very, very kid coded or youth coded.
Agreed.
Whereas Avatar actually like tackled like genocide. What does it mean? And like they had the whole episode where Aang was like, "Oh my God, my entire people. Here's a skull," and Katara's trying to hide him from. But what I'm trying to say is that shows have become better at respecting their audience instead of just trying to spoon feed them like slapstick jokes.
Sometimes,
Depends on the show.
yeah.
Okay.
I feel like, and I'm gonna call it Amazon. Fuck Amazon.
Fuck Amazon.
Because I feel like they took the thing that I really enjoyed, bent it over, and
Gutted it for money.
fucked it in the ass without any lube.
Wow,
In the
okay.
worst possible way.
Well, this is not
it's
good.
like something that I really enjoyed. Like I really enjoyed the Wheel of Time series, and then the atrocity that they fucking threw on screen. It's like you had a huge budget, and what did you do with it? You just
fucked
didn't
it.
fucking read the books and do it. Like you literally had an easy mode. Just fucking follow the books. Nope, not gonna do that.
I can agree with that. I think the Halo show did the same thing where
Yep,
they just
Halo
didn't get people passionate about the show.
Was that also Amazon?
No, that was Paramount, but the creator initially said we didn't play the games, and you were just like,
What?
Well, we noticed.
yeah. But I mean, I think for Wheel of Time, they even got Brandon Sanderson was willing to come and talk to them, and they were like, no, we don't need your help.
Oh no,
They clearly did.
Which was The Witcher, because the guy who's playing Geralt, he like left because they weren't being true to material or some shit like that.
Well, they were kept going off that path, and they wanted to go their own way.
I think a little creative freedom here and there, it's fine, especially because I think I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about what fantasy books have not progressed the current modern ideology thinking.
Right.
And I can see where maybe Wheel of Time you might need to change a few things because it may not 100% go with modern mental sets.
Well, their whole magic system is based in the male and female halves of it, and I get that. But I mean, I could see where that would be interesting with transgender and that type of stuff. But you could still, just because there are other genders other than male and female, you could still fucking have male and female.
Can we go into a spoiler for that one?
Sure.
Wait. What's the spoiler for what?
Wheel of Time.
Well, first of all, Wheel of Time's been out for a while.
I asked before. I want to make sure.
Spoiler for Wheel of Time if you haven't read the fucking books.
Yeah.
Or watched the crappy TV show.
Wasn't there one person? So there was Sidene and Sidar, which is one. I think Sidar is for females, and then Sidene is for men.
Right.
And the way you have to use them are different too.
Right.
But wasn't there one person who was a bad guy who was in a woman's body but was channeling Sidene?
Yep.
And the Aes Sedai couldn't see them do it because they can't see the other weave.
Right.
And they were like secretly working in the Aes Sedai's president, but they were using Sidene and they weren't aware of it.
Yeah. So that would be a perfect example of a transgender person doing that. Yeah. Let's see. Apple says K-pop Demon Hunters is a crossover, not a show, but it's still good. They didn't put the good part, but I'm gonna say it's good because it was good. Sushi says gonna lurk for a bit. And then Bookmarter says can't wait for Amazon's Dungeon Crawler Carl starring Chris Pratt. Hold on, is that
Wait, is that a thing?
Please tell me you're lying because Chris Pratt is way too old to be.
Carl.
Yeah. And then Apple says Patrick Warburton or I'm out, Bookmarauder. Like, no, Patrick Warburton's too old. Carl is supposed to be 27-year-old in that book. Like, what? They need somebody fresh and new.
It's just a Reddit fan theories about who can play Dungeon Crawler Carl. And it's like, Chris Pratt. Yeah, let's let Chris Pratt do it. I mean, he's already fucking Mario, Star-Lord, and like...
Well, if it's animated, but I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to do live action. And again, I will die on this hill. I think they should do puppets.
Puppets for Dungeon Crawler Carl?
Muppets. Yeah.
That would actually be pretty cool.
I think so too. I think
like
they have humans, and then when all the weird stuff's happening, they use puppets or Muppets or whatever.
Oh no! I thought you meant everything was puppets. I was like, I'm into that.
I like the old school Muppets, where it was like humans and like Sesame Street, where they're like intermingling. So I could like all the weird aliens and stuff. They're all puppets.
Okay, Barry, hear me out. Okay, puppets, but it's all AI.
Get out of here.
AI
Did
needs
I
to get
unmute
better.
myself? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
I can't hear you, except for I can hear you in person.
Well,
I
so
can't
sorry.
hear you.
I have the headphones. We can hear you. The internet can hear you.
The internet
But-
can hear me.
I think as long as the person has a passion for it, that's what we really need. These shows needs to have a passion for the material.
Yeah.
I think you get people who don't have the passion, and you get your Wheel of Times, and I know some people who like the Wheel of Time show and who also read the books. So I'm like, I guess fair enough, but
Is it who I think it is?
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
They're YouTubers, so I'm assuming
okay.
that
No.
you're making a person now.
It just seems like, well, another example, I know that we've kind of gotten off the original tangent, but another example of large companies taking something that people like and then just kind of running it in the ground is X-Men.
What do you mean?
I think I stopped watching X-Men and X-Men 2.
X-Men or Marvels? Oh no. So no. You're talking about WB, because
No.
WB did the movies, didn't they?
No, Fox did the movies.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
Fox. But yeah, okay, got it. Fox, got you.
Yeah, Fox. I think Fox did the X-Men movies.
Yeah.
And the first one was decent, and then the second one, I think the best line was "I'm the Juggernaut, bitch," because that was from thing that people did on the internet?
It was from a funny internet series thing. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Brah.
Book Marauder says that Gary Busey's going to be voicing Princess Donut. And Apple says, please stop. Please stop. Mongo is appalled.
Mongo. Oh my God! I just
Everybody
got to that part.
is appalled.
I just got to that part.
Gary Busey.
Something happened. So wait. How far along are the Dungeon Crawl, Carl? Is everybody on book 2 at least? And
No.
by everybody I mean no. Okay.
Sushi's not. He's halfway done.
Okay.
Who knows where Book Marauder is? He's probably like still on book 1.
I'm on book 2, and I was listening to it on the way over, and yeah, it was something's happening. Mongo's appalled, and I was like, that's so funny. He's like, why are you typing in all caps?
And then Book Marauder agrees that X3 sucked. All right, so I do have a beef about the X-Men movies.
He's in 3.
What?
But Book Marauder's in book
good
3.
job. Good job. I'm appreciating that you're on book 3. Good job, Book Marauder.
So
you're at the Iron Tangle.
I'm the one slacking there.
I am betting with apples that you'll beat Book Marauder.
What? There's a bet. You're not supposed to tell us about the bet.
Well, it's out now.
Okay. Well, you know,
I had a bet with apples about Turnip and Book Marauder, and Turnip just blew Book Marauder out of the water.
I really, really, really enjoyed. Once we got past the first book, I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
it
I feel
quite
like
a bit.
every day Apples wakes up, it's like, all right, Book Marauder, you got to read this book, okay?
So, X-Men, you were talking about.
So they did Cyclops dirty in the first movie. Like, they legitimately had Hugh Jackman be like, oh, he's a pansy. And then they steal his car, and they get on, and it's like Backstreet Boys playing in it, which, again, I don't think anything's wrong with Backstreet Boys, but they made him like the butt of the joke when the actual character of Cyclops is a pretty badass character, and he's the team lead. Like, he pulls the group together, but they just use him as the butt of the joke.
I agree that they could not embrace the comicness of X-Men, and think that was hurt the show. That's why I kind of like the new. Arrows is animated, but the animated show and then X-Men '97, the newer one,
Yeah.
that was really good. They made Cyclops really cool, and you're like, wow, where was this Cyclops?
This is another example of there's too much media. I haven't gotten to watch that yet because I was trying to go back through the old stuff, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. Even though you've told me I didn't need to watch the old stuff.
Yeah.
And then that's your part of your problem. You're going through, as you read your audiobooks, you go back to the original of the series and rewatch the whole thing for the new thing. And I'm like, there's no need. Get a cliff note. There's plenty of YouTube who give you cliff notes to get you. Now, I mean, we listen to a podcast on Dungeon Crawl with Carl where they go through every single book, so you don't need to go back and read. You should enjoy them as you need to.
I have a confession.
You stopped?
No, I mean, we all know that. But that's not a confession. Everybody knows that. I did what you do on one thing.
2.0?
No. I watched a
3.0?
YouTube video on something because what is that game with Alloy?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Horizon Zero Dawn. I owned the game. I got to a point and got stuck, and then I was like, I just don't have the urge to finish this, but I want to. So I watched a YouTube video about how the game ends, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. That probably would have been cooler if I played the game. I really enjoyed the spoilers that came, and it was like, but I didn't have to actually go through it.
So Horizon Zero Dawn, I think once you understand how to fight everything, the game falls off a cliff of fun. For the first one, I haven't played the second one, so I don't know if that's the same thing. But like once I understood how hunting works and I could hunt efficiently, the game just got so boring.
I was more that I wandered into an area that I shouldn't have been into, and I'm like, well, you let me get here, therefore I should be able to do it. And then I couldn't do it, so I was just like, this game's fucking stupid.
The table.
I almost like I drew a line in the sand and then was like, blah, blah, blah.
You would never.
You would never.
Book Marauder says, Schmacker gifted me that game and I really loved it. But just like you, I slowly got tired of it. Yeah, I mean, again, it was a good game. There are so many games that I have on my Steam list that I just, I don't have the time to sit down and just immersion into it.
Well,
Retirement.
I mean, that's what it
Save
feels
it
like.
all. That's what I plan to do when I get retired. I'm gonna retire and play all my Steam games that I never got a chance to play. I'm gonna play them to my heart's content.
The day you retire, Steam's going to go out of business.
No,
all those games you have are going to be gone.
What is that? The Twilight Zone, where the guy finally gets to quiet, and he's like, "I finally quiet. I can read a book," and his glasses crack. Yeah, that's good.
I remember that. But Ghost, I was gonna say because like at Bear, I think it was you and I. We were gonna play Magica 2 or something. And then I had to log into a client that wasn't working anymore. And I was like, fuck this game. I'm not signing up for this. And I stopped playing it. So I think you're going to run into that issue. Because if you have a game that's old enough to where you have to log in, like EA put their stuff back online.
Y'all are really just like killing his retirement dream right now. Just like kicking it right in the face.
This is why I'm a huge proponent of board games.
Yeah.
I'm saying you can look forward to it. He's the one killing it.
I have board games on my shelves that I haven't got a chance to play, and I'm gonna roll up in the old person's home and be like, "Hey, what's up, bitches? I got this game, and we're gonna learn to play it."
It's like,
I'm going to be in the pool.
What's this one called? Kingdom Death Monster.
That's the interesting thing. I think that's going to be an interesting generation change when we become old people. It's like, after I bring up a board game to my mom wouldn't know what to do with it. But I think you get my generation, you have now grandmothers who are playing Call of Duty. They're maybe not good at it, but they know how to play it. And that's going to be the other thing.
Skyrim Granny was playing Skyrim for 10 years, and I think she finally turned off her channel because she just was like, I've played it for so long, I've done everything in the game I can do. I've enjoyed it, but there's nothing left.
But everybody's trash.
Skyrim Granny.
Yeah, it was an older lady that just was playing Skyrim.
There was an old lady that was doing Animal Crossing too. I think old people have a place in this world. What? Wow.
Okay.
Of course they have a place in this world.
Sorry. I had to finish my sentence. I think old people have a place in this world of enjoying video games.
Wow.
I was trying to say.
We know where
Gotcha.
where Blue sits on things.
No. Jesus.
I want to make sure. Do you remember what your other thing was?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm about to cut us off because I feel like I've at least forgotten where we came from with this topic, and I'm like, well, I've forgotten where.
Too much media.
There's too much stuff. You got the
I know,
fire
but I
hazard
feel like
and
we've gotten so off track on that.
I mean, the conversation. I'm not running the show. I'm just talking.
I know. So I'm trying to help run the show.
You are running the show.
Doing a great job.
So I guess wrap up. So I guess has anyone's opinion changed on there's too much media?
I think mine kind of has. I appreciated Turn Up, followed up by Blue, is a point where it's like I would be okay with less media if the quality was better.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're just
Trash.
throwing shit out,
Yeah.
throwing it at a wall and seeing what sticks. Kind of similarly, I feel like the stuff that they are doing is like remakes and reboots and all that stuff, and nothing's new. And then they're not even being respectful of the original stuff to begin with. It's just too much. Give me what I got. Apple's like, he's keeping us on topic. Talking about goats.
Trying to.
So yeah, I would say that I've slightly changed. That I would feel better if they would work more on quality, or the spirit of my point was similar to that. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyone else any changes or comments?
So these aren't hot takes. Apparently, they're
Hit. I mean, you want me to? I'll always play devil advocate.
Gently
My wife hates me when I do it too. So go ahead. Just
never mind. So my last topic is that.
Oh wait. I was gonna. Sorry, I thought you were gonna go around the table. My bad. About changes.
You got change?
No. I was gonna say I'm pretty stalwart on my 25%, but I was gonna add the note of beating a series to death. I've seen that happen a lot, and that's led me to feel like there's just too much slop, because the series when it goes downhill, it just gets bad. Like the Halo series, or was it Picard? Oh my god.
First, well,
Yeah, Picard shouldn't have been made.
You said I disagree with that.
No.
They should have started with season 3, and that should have been Picard.
Okay, I will give you season 3 because the fact is that's when they got a bunch of the old school writers. I think maybe it was writers. Back into it and they could fix things.
Right.
It was fan service, and if you're gonna do fan service, do fan service.
Like do it good. Yeah.
But instead they had tried to do all this other bullshit,
Yeah.
and it just why we all came here to see the old Next Generation crew get back into it.
Yeah.
Add some new characters in, make it interesting, but fucking give me the old Next Generation crew get back together and. What was that? Cowboys in Space? Whatever that movie was, with all the old action heroes being cowboys in space.
Which one? Battlestar Galactica?
No, it was legitimately an old, a movie about these old astronauts that they had to go up and fix something in space, but they needed nobody remember.
Space Cowboys. I don't even remember the one.
Space Cowboys.
Yeah.
Give me that. But with Star Trek,
I see.
I want to see all the old people from Star Trek Next Generation with some new characters, kind of in there to show that there's new stuff going on.
Yeah.
They could have even tied in fucking Boiler and the other chick from the animated show.
When we're in,
The live
yeah.
action people doing it, like they could have done fun stuff like that.
which they kind of did in Trainers World. But
They did.
Yeah.
I liked that episode. It was good.
Right. And just to clarify, I haven't watched these series, and I'm not a follower of any of them, either of them.
I've watched-
but the reason why I mention those as examples is because like the amount of backlash, like sometimes the backlash is more frustrating than the damn shows at times. Like, guys, we get it. You hate the Halo series. It sucks. Stop talking about it. Please, we know you hate Picard. I don't want to see another video essay about this. You're ruining my
This
feed.
is going into what my next opinion is. So.
But I mean, this is how they build money. Rage builds money.
It does.
But anyway,
It gets
let's go on to your next topic.
My last topic, my last hot point, is that nerddom fandom, nerdy fandom. What is the actual proper way to say that?
Nerddom.
Kotaku?
Nerddom is toxic.
What? Okay.
I
You
really am not
you
a
got to
fa-
be specific.
I'm not a fan. No, I don't. I'm not a fan of my peers because a lot of them, nerds ruin everything, as Apple says. They're just. It's like they all think they're armchair generals. They're sitting there critiquing everything, and they could have done this better. They could it's a fucking TV show that's supposed to be for enjoyment, and I'm the worst for it. I totally admit I'll be watching a movie. I'm like, that's not realistic. That's not like I'll pick it apart as well. But I don't go on the internet and like rage about it. I do it here with like my friends and family, and we might have a conversation about it. But I'm not like I try to look at something as overall and give it like the score that I think is appropriate. But it's like people are making TV shows and movies and content based off of this stuff.
Rage baiting.
And like I'm very happy that we have comic book stuff right now. I'm very happy that like I hate Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm happy that they're making movies and that they're growing that because it gets people more interested in it.
The
I'm
Critical Role
happy with
series.
it.
Yeah.
But I'm just fucking tired of the negativity and the toxic culture that surrounds nerddom now. I have a couple examples, but I'll let it go around the table. Everybody can give their opinion or their percentage.
I think I had to be a 50-50 on that because I feel the sentiment of what you're saying, but I feel like it's attributed to not nerddom. I feel like it's attributed to something very specific that we can talk about in the discussion part. But initially, I'm a 50-50. Initially with the 50-50 with a strong lean towards being 0%, like going that direction, not the more agree.
Sorry, I feel like that's a maybe, but going the opposite direction. All right, good.
I would say I agree, but like from a different perspective.
Okay. I'm excited to hear that perspective.
So, like, I agree that huge fans of anything, whether it's nerdy or not, are toxic and the worst, but it's because they're like a lot of time they're really gatekeepy about it too. Like, oh, you're not a true fan, and like it's like you can't enjoy something and not have it memorized front to back and be an expert on it, and still be considered like legitimate. You can't be just like a casual observer in these like nerddom and super fans worlds. You're just not legitimate to them.
Okay.
I'm gonna slightly disagree with you because I feel like the real problem is very, very small amount of people have access to mics, and then everybody hears them and don't hear the other fans. Because like you can be a fan of a show and say I disagree with it, what they did to the show. But again, we'll use Wheel of Time as your example. Is I disagree with it. I didn't like what they did, but I didn't sit here and go yell at them and bash them for it. I said, cool, not for me, and I will not be watching it. You guys, if some general audience member liked it, I'm happy for you. But what I think is you get the people who want to do rage bait, which is it's a new word of the year or whatever, and they want to get interest. And the way you get interest is by saying, oh, they're so woke and garbage and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and that gets people to click on things and watch it and either rage bait with you or not, and they're the rage against you.
It was Webster's word of the year, I think.
Yeah.
Rage bait.
Nick Webster or just Webster?
Rage.
I see what you did there.
I think it's a cultural thing of I said earlier, something can't be B anymore. It can't be eh. It has to be either great or it's horrible.
Right.
And usually it's horrible. I'm stop.
Book Marauder and Apples are having a conversation about Book Marauder pausing and asking if things are legal because Apples is a lawyer, and then they went back and forth with that. You guys are cute. Being a nerd, Apple says, who is deeply passionate about some things, I always welcome new fans. So you don't know the crackpot theories? Well, we'll get you there. But yes, the gatekeepers are the worst. And then Bookmarker says, everyone is learning how to rage bait for Fox News.
See the rage baits. I feel like okay. Let me just open up the discussion board here for a second by saying that I think the problem is not the gatekeeping. Yes, gatekeeping 1,000%. But the question is who gatekeeps, and the answer is usually dudes who think they know everything about the fucking universe. And it's like, bro, first of all, I'm just trying to have fun on the internet. I just want to talk about this cool Halo show, and you're saying that's not what the Covenant looked like. Oh, it's like, okay, I don't care. I like the show. I personally don't like the show. Just to clarify. But there are people who will literally make it their mission to brigade against and go actively against somebody. Like go find where they work, send their boss. Like look at what I found on social media, and it's like it's not that serious, bro. It's like a fucking TV show. I just said I didn't like it. Like if you dare go on the internet and say that, like with board games, you say you don't like Castles of Burgundy. Oh my God, people will come for your neck. Sorry, Charlie Kirk. But people will come for you though. And if you go on the internet and you say stuff like, you don't like this show that people love, like if you say you hate Firefly, you think Firefly is trash, people will literally like find you where you work and like try to dox you. And it's like, bro, why are you guys so serious about this whole situation? It's like just calm the hell down and just it's not that serious. I
know that a lot of nerddom is currently a certain type of person. We all kind of joke about it: the neckbeards, the fedora, like milady, and they're like, I live in my mom's basement. I don't take showers, and Axe body spray, and all that stuff. And I get that. I think this is the thing that they grew up with, and they feel very comfortable with, and it's like their safety blanket. And so now that it's becoming mainstream, they're like, again, I'm not trying to validate them. I get why they feel this way, but they're on a dead-end street. Like, there's nowhere to go if you keep going that way because you're not welcoming new people in. You're not adding new flavor in. Do I always like all the changes that new people bring? No. But that's the thing is that you don't like, for example, you guys talk about Halo or Wheel of Time. Those are both things that I enjoyed the original media, and I didn't like what they did with it because they clearly didn't do their research.
They did not.
I was like, hey, I don't like this. I'm not going to watch it. And then when other people tell me, and we have a conversation about it, I say, hey, these are the reasons why I don't like it. Am I going to the internet and posting in forums and like advocating people not to watch it? No, I don't have time for that shit. Like, if you want to watch it. And just don't fucking tell me about it.
But I mean, I think this is more of a problem of not nerd culture, but social media in general has pushed this idea that this kind of parasocial relationship where basically I get people who are interested and like me if I rage about something and they watch my video about, like why I think, I'll give you an example, Star Wars is woke or whatever, and that'll get people interested and it's kind of the internet's fault. It's kind of like I can now get on the platform, yell, and I get people respond when I yell, so I'm gonna yell more, and I think they get that positive feedback. That's
toddler tantrum.
Yeah, kind of like if I knew I had to do this and I get tantrum, I'll just keep doing it, and I think that's the kind of the problem here. That's why I jokingly say that I think all social things should have your name and who you are when you make comments.
Just because
I think
isn't that what Elon Musk just did?
No,
with X?
No,
maybe. I don't know. But the thing is, I feel like a lot of people nowadays, because they have anonymity, can just go in and say, say whatever they want. They can say that stuff because I can say, whatever really rude or evil, mean thing I want because no one will never know who I am. But I'm like, if somebody knew who you were, you wouldn't say it to somebody's face.
Correct. So.
On that note, I did see something last night on Reddit where they were talking about there was this particular person who had a particular set of skills, and then when somebody would ever say something hurtful or rude about a person of color, usually like these people and their long track record with their crimes and stuff, they would find out who that person was and usually find out their partner or family member. Who has a long track record and put their mug shots underneath it and be like, isn't this your husband or isn't this your lover? And they would just get so angry because it's like, you're going to talk shit about other people that have crime or track record. So they would be like, you're the pot calling the kettle black. You're in a relationship with somebody who's done all these things. So that was rather funny.
And there's it's kind of, this is an extension of a conversation. This is an extension of another conversation talking about the prison justice system. There's a lot of people who I feel very strongly about we need to have our prison system in the United States specifically do better with treating inmates with make sure they have the human rights protected. And I get it, awful, horrible, terrible people go to jail sometimes, a lot of times. But the prison justice system is a holdover for the justice system not doing its fucking job. So going with the internet side of things, that person doing that is a holdover for the internet and the people who own those sites not doing their job and make sure people feel safe, making sure people that, hey, hate speech is not allowed here. So getting that person up on out of here. So when somebody does that, I too relish in some of that. It's like, yeah, get them, make them feel bad.
So better moderators.
But also I understand why people do that is because if you don't do it, then the people who own the site are not going to do it.
So what I'm hearing is that we need police officers for the internet.
That's not what I said.
Like we have
I said that
police officers that control speed limits and stuff.
That's not what I said.
We need people to control
that's not what
word limits.
I don't want to go too much on a tangent, but I do think our legal system has not caught up with the internet, and I think that's the problem.
there you go.
We just don't know how to handle the internet. And again, if I think we have, we don't let people, we don't approve, and people get in trouble for road raging because we have things against it. We've understood automobiles, and we now set rules in there so people don't cause more problems. I think internet's just kind of more free reign. So I think we need to have better rules on that.
I agree with Apples that prisons need to not be for profit. I agree.
Oh my gosh!
But
yes.
that is.
But we're going. It's a whole different tangent
that is
than
a
we're
whole
going to.
different tangent.
We're talking about gatekeeping, but we haven't heard from Turn Up in a while.
I don't have much to add about the prison system in general.
Well,
Well, no, gatekeeping.
No, just gatekeeping.
And
So, trying to lead you back into it, I have tried to make sure that I always have a diverse cast and a diverse guest list, making sure that I have females, I'm making sure I have people of color, because I know me and Blue have done a lot of research whenever we're watching other people's videos, and it's all white dudes. It's just all white dudes, and that's not always saying that it's their fault. And who was that group that we watched last night that you were saying that they want?
Oh, Heavy Cardboard.
The Heavy Cardboard. They want more people, but they're just grabbing out of their local gaming group.
Well, no,
And a lot of people that are diverse don't want to be on camera.
correct. Because of the hate that exists on the internet.
Yeah,
So
so I get that.
Yeah, I think it's hard to just exist in general on the internet because don't read the comments or you're gonna see somebody who doesn't like the way you look or they don't like the way you talk or they're gonna judge you based on we were talking about earlier. If anybody sees Tater's toenails, they're gonna be like, "Why is that dog's toenails so long?" Okay, you come here and try to clip this 15-year-old grumpy bastard's toenails. He won't let you do it.
Everybody has an opinion about something.
Right.
Put yourself out there, which I was going to ask at some point. People in comments, are you enjoying being able to see our faces versus our normal medium where we just have our hands out?
I prefer the hands.
We're aware. It's your studio.
But, to your point though, that's why I think there should be identification on comments because I think again we can have a debate about something. We can have that quote unquote Thanksgiving debate where we all sit here, debate a topic, and we may disagree with each other, but we're still going to be nice to each other and be cordial because the fact one of the things is we know each other, and there's a repercussion for us, saying being a jerk. Internet, I can go on there and say, the color purple is stupid. And no one's gonna never know who I am, and I'm anonymous. So I can, and you don't know which one's the bot, which one. Maybe I'm just trying to get a rile out of you. Maybe I'm just trying to get that anger out of you. So I'm gonna say something.
The color of the show.
Yes, exactly.
Damn, effective trolling.
Again, that's why I think there should be ID on the internet.
Again, I think that's endemic of another problem. And I know I talk about the existing and like you said, the laws not agreeing or not catching up with things. But also, people need to understand that the point of a debate should be to pass along information, to get better information, and not to win. There's a lot of people who just want to win. And when you get on the internet with people who all want to win and who've never lost in their entire life, toxic.
I think that's the problem with nerd culture is people who have the mics on the nerd culture who are calling themselves, they represent the nerds, and they're like, I want to win, so I'm going to say this thing, and I'm representing. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of times the studios go, oh, this person said they represent nerds. Their numbers say they represent the nerds. So I guess we need to listen to what they're saying and do exactly what they're saying because this is what the nerds want. When again, it's for the TV shows, The Wheel of Time. Get someone who's passionate about it, who's but you got to tell me, we have to make some changes. And who can be like, okay, I understand we have to make some changes. I understand that this media doesn't work this way anymore. We need to adapt it for the new media.
Yeah.
And they come in and they do the adaptation, but they still have I have the passion for the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apple says for the conversation that they like seeing us, but then for games they like the hands because you get to see the game. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Good
makes sense.
feedback.
Good feedback.
Good feedback.
Well, I feel like this was in a similar vein to our previous one. So I do want to bring up one more show that I feel like falls in this line that got a lot of hate was She-Hulk.
Oh,
The fandom killed it. The actress is not going to be in any future Marvel stuff. The second season of it got canceled because people hated it, and I was like,
Tatiana Mansley, yeah.
yeah, I was like, it's a woman doing a comic book character that's not. Apparently they just didn't like it that it was so woke. And I'm like,
Well, but God, it's
I hate that term.
I hate that term so much.
well, that was originally like a black culture term that the right wing media
Gentrified.
gentrified. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they've ruined the term.
So quick comment about She-Hulk. I thought overall it was a good, okay, maybe a B plus B show.
Right.
My issue with it was I enjoyed everything except for near the ending. I think one of the biggest mistake was, I mean, they were already fighting uphill battle, but then they wanted to do a lecture. And I think that was their mistake. And they did it a lecture as a lecture, not as making a point.
So it's just saying stuff just to say stuff.
It was just like, so like, can I spoil She-Hulk? Is that okay?
I'm fine. With
I
that.
don't-
There's a spoiler for She-Hulk if you're
Yeah.
planning on watching it.
It's been canceled, so.
Yeah. So it's still canon. It's still part of the universe. But
Imagine. Sorry, go ahead.
They did a scene where one of the key moments was She-Hulk got recorded having sex, and that was in blast at an award show on her. And I thought it was a very interesting message to show like how, especially for society, especially for women, that can reflect badly when a guy be like, oh yeah, look at that guy, yeah, and the woman might reflect badly, and how angry she got. And even the villain, I think the villain showed sympathy for this. She was like, the female villain was like, no, that's not cool. Like even like we're villains and we don't like that.
Right.
And I thought that was an interesting point they made. But then like the next episode, they thought they went into lecture mode. And I think that hurt because then it's like, okay, now you're lecturing me. You show me how bad this is, and I can, as an audience member, I see how that is negative, how that hurt her, and how that was mean, cruel, and unfair. But now you're gonna now lecture me on that, and now I'm like, okay, now you're just lecturing me.
So there's a part to that, because this also came up in a different conversation about there was a YouTuber who had basically a YouTube channel was like how to be a gentleman to women, and it was things like put on a tie, take a shower, wash your ass, put a trash can in with the top in your bathroom before you have a lady over for the night, wash your bathtub, stuff like that. And then on the one hand, I think it was Hassan Piker was watching a video because somebody sent it to him. He was laughing at it like, this is ridiculous.
You glazed over whoever you just mentioned.
Hassan Piker? Everybody knows who that is.
I don't know who that is.
I have no idea who that is.
Okay, hey, you guys are not as terminally online as I am. But he was laughing at it, but then he also made a very important point that he went back and said, okay, while I'm laughing at this and joking about like this is stupid, you should have somebody tell you this. There are people who legitimately don't have fathers or men or people in their lives to say, wash your ass before you go to a date, or things like put a trash can with the top on it, or like wash your fucking towels before somebody comes over. And that goes a long way to say that I feel like the She-Hulk, from what you described, because I haven't seen it myself, I feel like the She-Hulk series might have been trying to do that, as in like, okay, you see it, and you know it, and you know it. We all know it. We all know why that's a bad thing. There might be people who actually don't know, so the lecture kicks in. So I'm not saying the lecture was effective, clearly it wasn't, but I'm just saying that might have been why they tried to do it.
So I have a little bit of a different perspective on it, because as a female operating in industries that have had a lot of men in them, subtlety does not necessarily always work. And you're like an intelligent man, you're maybe more emotionally intelligent than a lot of people are. So I think what they were trying to do is like show and tell, and that's a really common way, especially for women and on women's issues, to try to make sure that their points and their efforts are actually heard and seen and understood. And even then, sometimes the perception when like women try to like really educate, and maybe it's not even just women, maybe it's any like minority group, when they try to do that is, okay, well now you're lecturing me and I don't like it.
Correct.
Right? and it's even the people who don't understand will respond in like they're beating a dead horse or whatever. So I think like in some cases that has to be like you have to drill in to get people to understand. And like going back to what Blue said, I'm reading a book for a certification, and it's a technical certification, and the entire first chapter is on making sure you're clean and making sure you're well dressed. And like I'm like, do people really need this, right? But people
really
do.
Yeah, some people really do.
And I think that's important, but I always see the mindset of, and I'll speak from my case, is
Right.
I am notoriously bad about, if you want something from me, ask me once. And if I say no, I'll probably usually think about it and go like, you know what, it's not that big of an issue.
Right.
I'll do it.
Right.
You ask me repeated times or you try to lecture me on it, I'm digging my heels in, and now I'm just saying no because you told me. And I think that was, again, their mistake. I will say, they're always fighting an uphill battle because people were like, oh, it's a woman. We automatically hate it. So they were trying to fight that with fire. And I was like, I don't think you win with fire. I think you win with, again, you make them realize, you make a good reflection without being direct with. I think you're too direct with that reflection.
Right.
They wind up ignoring it and saying you're attacking me. Versus if they see a reflection like, oh man, that kind of sounds like me. Do ice, and then they come to the realization themselves and they're like, okay, maybe I'll try something different.
They do not, in most cases, come to
well,
that
well,
realization.
I feel like usually the people that need to hear that are not receptive to it.
But they're not going to hear it when you lecture them either. And then they're going to use it as ammunition to get people who maybe were receptive on their side. Like, look at them lecturing us like we're children. And that's my man.
And then it kind of galvanizes around. And one last bit I'll say on this tangent here is the overall concept of, oh man, lost my train of thought. Shit. 1 second. It'll be here.
Choo. Sorry.
One of the greatest episodes of like TV, and I don't remember the show, but maybe somebody will, is a man was asked.
That's what it was. Thank you.
Was asked why is America so great? And he goes off on a lecture, a full rant about why America isn't great, right? And all of the
I
ways
think it was
that
West Wing.
No, Newsroom or something like that. It was because he got in trouble for it, saying why it wasn't great.
Okay.
right, and it's like all of these like logic and
newsroom, yeah.
fact-based things, and that is widely known as one of the like at least for people who like agree, it's widely known as one of the best pieces of TV. And that is a staunch lecture. And if I sat down and thought about it, I could think of probably 100 more where men take a firm stance in a show and it is highly regarded as wonderful. And we are still dealing with when women do it, it's not
like, oh
acceptable.
my gosh.
We need to soften our message.
Right. It's a tone policing thing. And I remember the thing I was going to say, so I'll bring it out there. It would alter the topic slightly.
Okay, my thing about that, I agree with you. Because I certain politics, I kind of felt bad because I think there are strong women out there who are very. I like the fact that they were strong, and they didn't get involved in stuff because people said no, you need to soften. I will say in that scene you're describing there, I think what helped in that scene was it was at a lecture. It was like he was lecturing to the audience in the show, and I think that helped the message. Because I think you could get a woman to do that same message. And I think it still would have worked. But she had to be instead of lecturing the camera, she was lecturing the show. And we had to see also, the show went on, how much of trouble he got into for that. And then how he defended that. And it wasn't just about, I'm now looking at the camera and I'm lecturing you, the people watching it. I'm lecturing the fake audience here, and you're picking up on it. I mean, that's why I think like sometimes when, one example from parenting is, when another child is doing something I don't like and I really want them to stop, but I can't, you try to tell a parent that their kid to stop, you can get in trouble.
Good luck.
Is I tell my child, and I lecture my child about why we shouldn't do that.
Correct.
And either A, the parent overhears it and they stop their kid because they're, oh yeah, but I shouldn't do that. Or the kid hears it and they stop it. But then no one gets upset at me because I'm not lecturing their kid, I'm actually lecturing my kid about, let's not do that.
Loud enough for that kid to hear, though.
Yes.
No, correct.
Sorry.
Chat says, Apple says, like, I always approach everything from this standpoint, that I surround myself with people who are smarter than the average person, and that at least half the world is less intelligent than that. But you have to cater your arguments and actions to the lesser educated. And showrunners have to do the same thing.
Showrunners have to do the same. They must. And the other thought I was going to bring up was using The Boys. Like, I think The Boys and Aliens would be perfect examples for like just talking about trauma in general.
Hold on. The Boys
The Boys
as
the
one
TV.
show, and then Aliens as a different.
Aliens as a different, yeah.
Okay.
So Aliens as the series, like the whole like concept of face huggers was like, yeah,
Okay.
you know, it's a thing that men will understand why, you know, sexual assault is bad. Because like there's a thing, there's your strong man, big strong man, but then the big strong men in Alien, they get just taken out.
Hold on.
By the
What?
face hugger. Yeah, no. This
I mean,
is the
I can
person
kind of
who
see what
made-
he's talking
the
about a
person
little
who
bit,
made it, the
but I'm
person-
struggling.
But the person who made it actually talked about this directly. About this
I
is,
never got that message from an Alien movie.
Yeah, you never got that message because nobody's ever pointed out to you. But once you point out, you can't unsee it.
I mean,
He makes a point. I kind of like, I don't agree 100% with it, but like now that he's pointed it out, I'm like, yeah, actually.
yeah, but I mean, it was
And
face
that
huggers are so subliminal. Apple says.
and the whole point I'm trying to bring up though is that like there's things that people will have blind sides to and not see. And the Boys I use as like with the Deep versus Homelander in like was it episode 1, episode 2, where Homelander's like go do this sex. No, shit. No, it wasn't it? Okay. I don't know exactly
is
what
your
happened.
point.
Spoiler for the Boys.
This
Go
might
ahead.
be a slight spoiler for the Boys, but there was a particular part where Homelander told the Deep to go do a sex thing with another dude, and then the Deep's like, "You're serious?" And Homelander's like, "Yeah, I'm serious." And the Deep was like, "I'm gonna go do the thing," and he didn't want to do the thing. And then
Yeah,
it's just
he's sexually abused by Homelander.
right, he's sexual. Well, he's threatened that. Also, there's a situation where the Deep was sexually assaulted by a fan. And like what I'm saying is like until you put a man face in that, men generally don't resonate, understand with these topics. And even you have show after show after show that just says, Game of Thrones, Sansa's character growth came from Littlefinger because she watched Littlefinger do stuff, right? No, the show said, no, she got sexually assaulted, so she became stronger. It's like, no, come on. She's following Littlefinger, the most conniving person in the goddamn series next to fucking Varys. And you're saying that her character growth came from being sexually assaulted that one time? No. Why can't she grow for other reasons? And again, as Apple said, the showrunners have to keep that in mind, that you have to present your message in a way that's not dumb, shitty, or offensive. Anyway.
You almost have to spell it out to a point where it's like I'm dumbing this down and saying the obvious thing because to everybody it's not obvious.
Right.
I think it's what I'm boiling these messages down to.
Yeah.
Because again, I didn't get that. I mean, again, like you're saying, face huggers sexually assaulting people. I mean, once you say that to me, I get it. But I'm 41.98%, and I would have not drawn that conclusion.
I've already heard of that. Like, that's not news to me at all.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I think, like, you're absolutely correct. Like, they did it in a way that was not well received by anybody. But I do think that it speaks to a larger issue in our society where, like, messages are still not as well received from women and men. So I think both are right and true.
I thought that the end of that show was just a fuck you to because they were getting
for
so
She-Hulk.
much hate about it. So they're like, you know what, fuck you. We're gonna just lay this right out. We already feel like we're not gonna get a second season. We already know that we're not like this is not gonna go forward anywhere. So we're just they did what is it, Avatar with the chick, and they just were like, you know what, we're not getting a second season, so we're gonna do what we actually want to do. And that was the point they wanted to get.
Wait, are you talking
And they
about
hit us
Dollhouse?
over.
No, She-Hulk.
I was comparing She-Hulk to Avatar with the second one, Legend of Korra.
And to your point, I
see.
I think that also with She-Hulk was a kind of a problem, and I do agree that the fandom and I think again the small crowd that was yelling about it, because like for example I kind of like, I'll say hot take here is I liked why can't I think of the show's name, The Acolyte.
Oh,
Even people hated
wait,
it.
people hate it? I thought people loved that show.
No,
You're kidding,
What?
right?
No. I thought people were saying this is a great show.
People hated
you
that.
heard us talking about it, saying that people enjoyed it, but majority on the internet, I haven't watched it, but the majority of people on the internet did not enjoy it.
They got real upset, and it was like they were like, and unfortunately, a lot of what I heard was, at least from the negative, was unfortunately was it's woke, it's women, girl bosses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and I'm like,
Well, they also came out and said this is going to be the most sexual or the most gay Star Wars thing. Like
they
were,
didn't help their case. I will
they
admit
were
that.
trying to like sell it.
But I love the idea that, because I mean, I love the idea in the Star Wars show that they show that Jedi are jerks just almost as much as the Sith, and that both sides are kind of jerk. And like this was an interesting show that it had that possibility, but the mistake they made was, because I mean, I didn't mind there was a female protagonist. I thought that was a very interesting idea. I just think it was kind of sort of bad writing, but I think that the idea was interesting of this whole like perspectives change everything. The Jedi thought they were doing good. The bad guys thought they were doing good, and because both sides thought they were doing good, a lot of people wind up dying.
Apple says it doesn't help that they hired a terrible actress for the lead.
For Acolyte. Yeah.
Again, I haven't seen it. I don't know.
And then
I don't even know who the actress is.
Actress, no, I think they set up the structure wrong because there are deaths in there that we were supposed to care about, but we just met the character. And I'm like, you need to do a better job of making us care about, like doing that whole like we kill a character, then we go back in time, we show you why you should care about it. You gotta be a really good writer to pull that off. I think you're better off. I think me and my wife talked about it. We thought they should have done like a short mini series exploring the characters they were gonna quote kill off and let us care about them and building them like a short mini series and then do the show. So we'll be like, oh, I know this is, oh, they're killing, oh, I like this character.
My Rosario Dawson hate is showing through. That's not the Acolyte. That's
Mandalorian or Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
First of all, how do you hate Rosario Dawson?
Well,
never go ask the mouse. Like that's. The best. I mean, that is her number one quote. So
I was not a fan of the Ahsoka series, and it wasn't because Rosario Dawson. I just think they didn't do a good job with her character.
Gotcha.
And also, I didn't like the fact they defaulted to Jedi are awesome. Being a force sensitive is awesome. Well, let's all do this, and everybody wants to be force sensitive. Let's do it. And I'm like, but show how. Like, I think when they like about Mandalorian first season was like it showed like here's a guy who has no force powers. Look how awesome he is.
Right.
Yeah. Here's some people who don't have force power. And but yeah, I mean, I will say in Ahsoka, the villain was just. I loved him, and he didn't need the force power. I mean, glad he did force power, but he just came up there. He's like, "This is what it is. I am not. You're neither good or bad. I am just this." And I just love the fact he walked in the room and dominated. He was an amazing actor. I'm sorry that he died.
I was gonna say I have some very deep, strong feelings about Legend of Korra because I feel like they did that too. But sorry, the main villain, the first villain.
I loved him.
He was what the fuck was his name? Amon? Yeah, Amon.
Yeah.
He was great. But I
thought it was a strong villain. Yeah.
I want to ask a direct question for Turnup. Like Turnup, is there any specific fandoms, especially in the books and series that you watch, that you feel might have destroyed the series that you liked, or is there none? Is there any? And I'm mostly asking because like I feel like Star Wars, this fandom is fucking toxic a lot of times, and then even in Avatar: The Last Airbender, shit, the fandom gets toxic sometimes.
He's toxic about airbenders.
It's bro, the internet exists.
I mean,
Uncle Iroh.
oh yeah, man.
Shuts it down.
I will agree that I wasn't the biggest fan of the Korra show, but anyway, sorry. Or do you need time to think?
I mean, I kind of need time to think because I also think a lot of the books that I really enjoy haven't actually been made into movies or shows.
Kind of had a wide reach, so to speak, or at least because when you make a show like again Game of Thrones, like I've been reading through it because of Apple's. Actually, no, I started reading beforehand. Oh, you know what? No, the show made me read the books. Yeah, the show made me read the books because I watched a show with my sister-in-law, which was very awkward, but it was fine. We were like, oh, this is a sex scene. Yeah, haha, penises everywhere. Right. Okay, action, cool, fighting. Oh, brother, sister. Oh, fuck.
So,
but the show made me watch the books.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I understand what you're saying there, Turno.
quick aside, that's my anime problem.
Is it?
I'll watch anime and I'm watching for the mechs, the fighting, and everything. And then my wife or my mother-in-law walks in, it's now boobs or some kind of sexual innuendo. And I'm like, I promise you, they were like murdering each other 10 seconds ago with giant mechs.
Yeah, no, that happens to me a lot. If I listen to my books in my car and like go through a drive-through, I'm like, oh God, pause.
Throbbing.
And the
Right.
smush.
It's always you don't hear it when it's going through, but it's always the right time when somebody's walking in the room and you're like, they're gonna judge me. This is the reason I'm watching it.
Apple says writers being bad are also a big problem, and goes to the earlier part that I think we want less shit that has higher quality. Yeah. Yes, I agree.
And if Turnip needs more time, I
honestly can't think of anything that like is in my top like
Like this was ruined because of people.
right now that was even made into anything that could have been ruined by the fandom.
I mean, you'll get your chance soon. Aren't they making a TV show for Fourth Wing?
I think it got canceled. So they were
Yeah.
supposed to do an ACOTAR, it got canceled. They were supposed to do a Fourth Wing, I think it got canceled. So like a lot of these like romantic-y books, they're being like, oh yeah, we're gonna do that, and then they're just not doing it.
Sorry, Apples, but Twilight got ruined by Twilight, not by people.
No. Okay,
My
hear me
little
out.
spider monkey.
I was gonna say, hear me out. I think Twilight got ruined because of the meme culture that existed at the time. Because I know for me, as a person who never read the books, I was very much plugged into the meme culture. Because at my, was it high school, middle school, whatever the fuck grade I was in, we were ragging. I'm like, oh my god, you like Twilight? You Twilight? Ooh, vampires, they're really fairies, hot, and that was us.
I was married and owned a house and my own business when you were in middle school.
I mean,
I was probably in high school.
and the rest of the author was probably laughing. It's like, ha, I made a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, okay, maybe. So I did like True Blood. I liked the Sookie Stackhouse novels.
yeah.
And at the end, like towards the end of the show, that definitely happened because the show got like a little wild.
Yeah. Well, that and hashtag RIP Lafayette.
Bill and like
I mean, Lafayette was the best part of that show.
Lafayette was a strong.
That actor did a
Part
great
of that
job
show, yeah.
portraying that character.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I actually have a question for you since you like romantic series. All right. Do you prefer the pair, or do you prefer? Are you okay with like a harem in a romantic series?
I don't mind either. So I will say like reverse harem isn't always. I don't know why they call it reverse. That's a whole other thing. But like
it should just be a stable.
like reverse harem, stable, whatever you want to call it, isn't always my like first go-to. And a lot of the books that I've read don't actually like if there is a character with an actual harem, like a male character with a harem, they're usually not portrayed as a good guy.
Right.
I can't think of any that. Although I hear there's a really good like male
Ooh.
romantic-y
Sorry, I got overly excited
where
for
there's
that.
a harem, but but
I could
but
explain.
yeah, I don't
Tip to
mind
tip.
either way that when they're done well. So one thing that I have found is that a lot of authors can't write threesomes well, and so when they write a threesome and it's not done well, it's like, okay, now you've kind of lost me because like. A good example is that one of my favorite series, it was my top series for a long time, is From Blood to Ash. And it's a romantic series. In the third book, the female main and the male main bring in a third party. And the woman, it's written where the woman, like, I'm not even sure whose penis is where. Like,
What do you mean?
It's super vague. Like, she doesn't know the body of her partner well enough to know that it's like not him in that particular orifice. So it was so poorly written that is no longer one of my top 3 series. Just from that one part of that one book, and the rest of the book was great. But yeah, I don't mind harems or reverse harems if they're done and executed well, and that can be hard to do.
Okay. The reason why I brought that was because anime usually winds up getting into trouble with that.
I feel like most
Apples-
sex scenes are difficult for a lot of people to do, especially when they're written by
Let me
men.
read that. This is apples.
They've got it over there as well.
Oh, let me see. I
okay.
got it pulled up on my. That's why I keep like looking down.
Sorry. Apples was saying,
They're going to chime in.
and Twilight was ruined by people. Fourth Wing is still going forward.
Oh, I didn't know that.
and,
I'll hold my breath.
And Apple says, I was going to chime in, but it's not a harem. And then Apple says, God, that scene was awful. And,
Yeah.
and wasn't Magicians? Wasn't that a book before it was a show, a series?
No, it was.
The Magicians, I think it was.
Because I feel like the sex magic, that whole saga, like it was interesting. I was more interested in the Elliot, Quentin, like, you know, living a whole lifetime.
I
story.
know.
Because like I love that story. So I was like, my God, I felt emotions from that. Do it again. And then I went back and watched it and to hurt my feelings because it didn't hurt me out the first time. But it's just good to see like shows that are not afraid to say, yeah, dudes can have other relationships that are not just with females or women's or femme persons. It's like, what's wrong with that? Like I think people should stop being like, bro, if you know you're not one certain orientation, then it's not a problem.
Well, getting back to our original topic, a lot of people are having issues with literature, romantasy, fantasy kind of things being labeled as fantasy.
Oh,
Being what?
Being labeled as fantasy.
why?
Because it's
they're gatekeeping an entire genre.
right. It's like that's not fantasy. Put that where it belongs, over in the erotica or the sex book section. It's like instead, it's like now pouring over into the fantasy section because it is fantasy. There's world building. Like Fourth Wing, it was not the best book I've ever read, but I enjoyed it. There's a lot of world building.
What's heated rivalry? What is that? Is that
I think it's a genre of romance.
Like people who are romantic but like hate each other?
Enemy to friend or enemy to lover or something like that.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith type stuff?
I will say I will not kick it out of fantasy. I in general, I don't like romance in my fantasy. At least not in...
Which is odd because you always like...
I like romance in role-playing because I'm in the role-playing. I don't want to watch other people get romantic with each other. I'm like, it's not... Like, it doesn't interest me to watch them get romantic with each other.
You listen to Critical Role, yeah?
I used to.
Well, so it's like just the first season is all needed because there was... I mean, they didn't go into detail, but like the whole arc with Vex and Percy.
Percy, yeah. I mean, it's interesting seeing the end result, but I'm not really feeling the whole like watching them going through will they, won't they kind of thing. I will say I do also struggle with when it's fantasy with female protagonists because I usually insert myself into that character, which is harder. It does take me a little bit longer to insert myself into one of the female characters. Don't get me wrong, I like a good badass female protagonist. So if they're just kicking up things and wrecking shit, I'm down for it.
Right.
But it's a little bit harder for me to get into it because it's just like I can't fully. I'm automatically immediately assert myself, especially when they have romance.
Right.
Because I'm like, I'm not really from this person. I don't get it. So, but I'm not saying it's wrong or it should be included. But I always struggle with that.
So correction from chat. Heated Rivalry. This is my second. No, it's a TV show or a movie because our friend Jessica was talking about it in our other chat about the gay hockey. It's a gay hockey show.
Oh, okay.
Where it's male. I guess MM is male on male a hockey romance.
Right.
Okay,
So,
I love that.
Yeah, I just got into the Plex show.
Interesting name because it's hockey. You think it'd be like, I guess cold
rivalry.
Cold rivalry.
Crack open the cold one with the
Icy
boys.
Cold,
rivalry.
rigid rivalry.
Yeah, so
Throbbing. No.
Your hair's caressing the mic.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, my hair was caressing the mic.
oh yeah.
Well, I was trying to figure
No,
out
I've
what
got
that
a
sound was.
throbbing rivalry.
I did not.
Okay. So going back to fandoms ruining things, I was going to mention Legend of Korra because like just to kind of bring it back to the thread because Book Marauder said Legend of Korra just went downhill at the later seasons. It started off well. I agree with where they ended things, but going into the fandom ruining series, I feel like the fandom really, or people, not the fandom, but people really ruined Legend of Korra because they compared it to Avatar: Last Airbender. Avatar: Last Airbender starts very slow but speeds up, and Legend of Korra starts very fast and slows down. And I think they did that intentionally because Korra was going through trauma that wasn't of the sexual assault kind for once, thank God.
What?
Yeah, but going
There's
through the
other
trauma
types
of
of trauma?
Women can grow?
Right. But depicting Korra go through the trauma, it was really important to have her go through like I'm the strongest person in the world, and then like fuck, this guy who can't even bend was fucking me up. Turns out he could bend. Nobody knew. But like she got wrecked by him, and she's like trying to go on the hero's quest now to try to find herself. And like I think that requires a little bit slower pacing, whereas Aang was like, my people got genocided. Like I don't know what the fuck to do, and you had to build them up.
Yeah.
So those are two totally different stories, but I think people crap on Korra because of that.
But here is my only defense on that. Is you set this thing almost immediately after the main character of the original series dies.
That's fair.
There's no way you're not going to compare the two. I mean,
right.
that's why, imagine if
I agree.
Terminator, I think one of the problems with the Terminator series is you had Arnold for the first one, then Terminator, and then the third one, you're trying to make the thing work with new villains
T-1000?
and new heroes. And I'm just like, no. Like, the thing is, if you're going to do something like that, you got to expect that they're going to compare to the old version.
Right.
And and also having the Republic City where the statue of Aang is there, and you're like,
Right.
you keep calling us back to this
Right.
Aang who we like.
And there's flashbacks of Aang in the first season.
Well, no, also Qatar is still there. Toph is still there. I mean, yeah. So yeah, it's fair.
All these reminders of Aang, so we're going to compare them to Aang, and I think that was the mistake. They should have did a clean cut when they did her series.
Yeah, and for me, like, I found Korra wholly unlikable. Like,
And a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
and,
I don't
and
think we
not
we didn't finish that
comparing-
series.
yeah, not-
Really?
Yeah, I'm just like, she's just such a whiny bitch. Like, even though she is like
The strongest.
going through growth and is like the strongest, whatever. We stopped watching it because I was like, I cannot listen to this girl whine anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And that happens to me when I'm reading like book recommendations from some of my friends sometimes. I'll be like, God, is she ever gonna stop whining? Even like I love Fourth Wing, but the second book in Fourth Wing, I was like, she's starting to grate on my nerves. She needs to stop whining. Like, so it's just that there are women, some of these women have been written to be a little whiny, and it starts to irritate me.
My issue with Korra was not any of those things. It was the pacing of the bad guys. If you look at, again, I'm comparing the two.
Oh, okay, fair.
If you look at Airbender, the last Airbender, it was a
With
little,
Fire Lord Ozai.
the Fire Nation was the bad guy the entire time. Aang was building up to fight him.
Right.
It was like with Korra, it was like first season, here's a bad guy. Second
was
season, here's
Amon,
another bad
and
guy.
then it
Third
was,
season, there's another bad guy. And it's like,
Well, no, it was Amon, Tarlok, and then it was the Bad Four, or whatever they're
yeah.
called. Yeah.
So it was just like,
and then Rava.
it didn't feel, it didn't feel like they had well, first of all, Rava and all that, I feel like that should have been its own story.
I feel like that shouldn't have been included. I feel like that's what ruined the series. Because, like, fuck, you had this entire series, and you
Well,
said, by the way, they're all magic. And it's like, God damn it, now I don't care
Jumping
anymore.
the shark.
Yeah, they like tried to tie the first Avatar in with Korra, and I get
Right.
it that Korra, spoiler alert, broke the Avatar series, and
It's starting a new cycle.
Yeah, it broke the cycle. I get that, so they had to tie that in. But I
hated
just it felt like they didn't know where they were going with the series, and they got greenlit for one season, and like that season did decent, so we'll go ahead and do the rest of it, and then they're like, well, shit, what do we do now? So they had to just kind of come up with something on the fly. Whereas Avatar: The Last Airbender, they had a full story planned out
Right.
from beginning to end.
Right.
And they had the same situation as like Star Wars, the last three trilogies, where they didn't have a fucking story, and they were kind of spitballing things as they went.
I would say one thing I struggled with, maybe it got better because I kind of phased out of it, was the villains, some didn't have nuance. Like, I love the fact, spoilers for season one of...
Season one or season two?
Season one of,
That was Amon.
series one of Avatar. You had Zuko, which was like an interesting. You had, what was the sister's name?
Oh, Azula.
Azula.
Yeah.
You had, even though the side general who he hated, sort of thing, he had nuance.
General Cho?
You know what I mean? He was like,
something like that?
you see, like, you see,
Zhao?
Yeah, General Zhao.
you,
Yeah.
you felt kind of bad for him. He's like, he wants to prove that he's good, and he keeps being put on these crappy
Zuko, yeah.
details, and that's why he's so angry.
Yeah.
Right.
You had the nuance of each villain. Besides, kind of, I mean, probably Ozai was like the weakest one, I think.
Fire Lord Ozai, yeah.
Was the weakest one. Even him, you knew, like, okay, he was upset because he wasn't the strongest. Like, that's
Right.
something, like, each one of them had like
Had
this
a thing.
nuance that you really, really wanted to be like. I mean, getting close to that whole like they're a villain I understand. I think the first
Right.
villain in Korra season one was very interesting because he's
Amon,
like, you
yeah.
can understand. It's like, you know, actually, he's right. He's speaking like maybe his methodology is wrong,
Equality, yeah.
but his what he's saying is I kind of agree with,
I get
and that made it interesting. I do agree that she did whine a little too much, and that
Well,
was like
and I think just going off exactly what you're saying, like Zuko is, in my humble opinion, and people like I haven't watched every single show, so I'm probably wrong somewhere in some universe at some point. But I think Zuko has one of the best character redemption arcs of all time. Because like he goes from like where he was to where he ends up being. He even backtracks to like a few times, and then like the whole time, Uncle Iroh being his anchor, Aang being who he is as a person, Katara saying I don't fucking like you, and then like ultimately saying okay whatever, I guess you're cool, and like it's just his whole interaction with the whole group made sense.
I can't say of all time that he has the best story arc. I know we're getting on a tangent here.
Redemption
but-
arc.
Redemption arc, but I mean, comparing him to Steve Harrington, I mean, it's
Who's Steve?
Love
Harrington?
Steve Harrington.
the the boyfriend in Stranger Things season 1, and then where
Oh my God! Yeah, no, I take it back. Zuko is the second best character.
because him becoming like the dad of the group, and he's like, why am I always babysitting? But he is always babysitting. Yeah,
It's adorable.
Daddy.
Yes,
Right.
Daddy's Steve.
So I should say his character growth is actually
His who?
Steve Harrington.
Zuko is actually not that deep of a character growth if you think about it.
What
Because
do you
even in the beginning of the series, he's honorable. He'll threaten them. He'll say he'll go like, "I'll kill you all." He'll never pull that trigger.
So
I mean, part of his punishment is the fact he didn't want people to die, and he felt so honor bound, and that goes throughout the whole series. He makes some questionable choices because he wants the love of his father, but that's really about his big thing. He finally says, "I don't love my father. I don't care about my father thinks anymore."
I disagree. I disagree.
Burn
I think
that bridge eventually.
I think you're giving Zuko the credit that belongs to Iroh. Because if it wasn't for Iroh, if Iroh wasn't present, then Zuko would have just went, clean off of
Iroh.
everything.
I disagree. He waiting the Agni Kai that got him burnt was purely for the fact he stood up for the soldiers because he didn't want to see them die.
Yeah, but after that, he said, "Fuck this! I'm going to do what I need to do to get back into my father's graces." And if it wasn't for Iroh, am I saying the right name?
Yeah, Iroh held.
First of all, we need
Hold
to
on,
give him
Uncle.
the proper honorifics. He is Uncle Iroh.
Uncle Iroh, sorry.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Uncle Iroh anchoring him, then Zuko would have kind of because like there was a part where Zuko betrayed everybody and he was like ignoring Uncle Iroh. But then once he finally understood what was happening, there was like that very emotional moment where he's like, "I just lost my way a lot," or "I'm sorry, I see what I did wrong." And Iroh's like,
but that's
okay."
That was when he got exactly what he wanted. He
Right.
captured Aang. He turned him into his father. He turned his back on his uncle, who'd been there the entire
It's
time.
huge spoilers for Avatar.
I mean, first of all, if you haven't watched it, yeah. But I mean, he figured out the thing that he was seeking, which again is a good message, and I like it. The thing he was seeking the entire show ended up being not the thing he actually wanted, and I think
'Cause
that's
he
a
was so
great
singular
message and a
focused,
great
yeah.
trope that sometimes the thing that you're wanting is not what you actually want once you get it. You kind
Right.
of figure that out.
My recollection is that, but Azula was there, and she was on whispering in his ears.
Azula,
She was the one whispering in his ears to do the change. I think he would have been as good of a character, but I think he still would have felt the same growth without. I mean, Iroh played a part because I mean, my whole logic is the mother put Iroh in his path because she wanted somebody to protect her son.
Correct.
And that's why. That's why she let Azula be Azula,
Right,
because she
right.
knew Azula would be fine.
Right.
But she knew that Father Ozai would destroy her son if he didn't have protection, and that's why she protected him, and that's why Iroh protected him.
100% disagree.
What do
What?
you mean?
That's a horrible
No,
take
no,
right
no,
there.
no, 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 no. So,
Spicy.
hold on. In defense of goats, there was a specific episode in the flashback where the mom specifically said that Zuko is such a kind and caring son, like they're going to destroy him or something like that. She said something to that effect. So I wholly buy what you're saying. Is what I'm saying. I
And that's
wholly
why
buy.
Iroh
what
was
you're
put, and
saying.
that's why Azula, he kind of more or less left Azula alone because they were like, Azula will be fine, and she technically was fine until she went crazy. But
I don't know if that's fine.
Yeah, I don't think Azula was fine. I think that she could have definitely used Uncle Iroh as well.
I agree.
But going back, there's one scene where you see Uncle Iroh holding Zuko, playing with him on the beach with his actual son next to him. Like, I don't think the mother put him into place. I think Uncle Iroh is just fucking a nice guy and a loving figure. And he kind of saw that Azula was taking after his brother, and he was like, "We're gonna let them be the bad apples of the bunch, and I'm gonna love the ones that I love."
and then that may be a case there, but
Don't give Uncle Iroh's love be contingent on the mother.
to be fair, it was possible because also he lost his son.
No, I just told you they were on the beach together.
I know, but his love, I think, for him came stronger when he lost his son. He was using him
That's
as a slight
speculation.
surrogate son.
That's speculation.
Yeah, I mean, this is all besides the scene you performed.
That one scene, I think, disproves that. But
we don't have my reading.
you don't know that.
That's fair enough.
Quit thinking about me naked.
I will say I think that I do agree that Azula could have used Uncle Iroh. I think.
Yeah.
And the problem was
I feel like
some kind
everybody
of grounding
uses Uncle
phase.
Iroh.
the problem was he can only really be there for one person. And the question was who would get destroyed absolutely and who would manage. And I think Azula would manage. I think Zuko would have got destroyed.
So hear me out. We've had a very long in-depth conversation about Avatar: Last Airbender, and the conversation that we had about Legend of Korra has not been so far so deep from the series. One because I think from what everybody said, except for me, nobody's finished the series in the room.
I've
except for
finished
me.
the series.
I finished score, yeah.
I watched it on my own, and then I tried to rewatch it with Sarah. and Sarah was like,
I fell off of it. Like, and I got back into it and fell off and kept doing that.
Gotcha. Okay. But the reason I'm saying is because like there's a lot of, I think this happens very much in the fandom of things because like it goes back to think about the old times, think about like reflecting back on how things were in Star Wars and new trilogy versus old. First and foremost, I'm not saying that I think the second trilogy was good. I'm not a good arbiter and judge on these things. I trust my friends, Apples being one of those, Bear being one of those, and everybody else in this room being one of those too, Goats and Turnip too. So I'll take our word for the second trilogy was trash. Got it, for Star Wars. But with that said, I think the follow-up sometimes adds to the fandom's toxicity.
The second trilogy, I apologize. Which one are you talking about?
Star Wars series.
"It's about the third trilogy." Because
Sorry.
So not the prequels, the sequels. So you have New Hope and all that. That's
the ones with Rey.
The ones with Rey.
Right. Okay.
that's
I want to clarify because I actually thought the first one, the prequels, weren't that bad.
Gonna call out Apples. I appreciate you hanging out. It was great to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the birthday wishes.
Yay, birthday wishes. But
Bye.
But the reason why I'm saying all that is because like I feel like going to what you were saying earlier, because when I was talking about Korra, I think one of the first things you mentioned, Goats, was that people are going to compare it to the last series. And it's like, yeah, but I feel like that's still, I don't know, it's kind of unfair, but the depth of knowledge and discussion that we had for the first series of Avatar is what I'm trying to point out, has been not the same depth that we have for Korra.
Yeah. But again, I told you that the villains weren't nuanced. They weren't engaging as this. We said, me and Bear were having a good argument about like whether or not we thought Zuko, how important Iroh was to Zuko, and whether or not that was engaging. And this Korra felt the same way. And I'll even say with the sequel series of Star Wars, the first movie was fine. I enjoyed it well enough. It didn't, to his point, I liked the whole idea of. I liked even the second one with what was the guy's name? The director for the second in the sequel series. The Last Jedi. I'll call that much. I thought some of the concepts were. I like the idea of fuck the Jedi, fuck the Sith. They're both assholes. Yeah. Let's play with this idea, but just don't do it in the way you did. Don't destroy people's nostalgia just to make your point. I think that was their mistake.
All the old characters and kill our childhood.
Make them like coming back to the Star Wars universe and finance. All your old characters are either deadbeat fathers, have said fuck their beliefs, have gone. I mean, if you think about Luke, he totally went, oh yeah, so my father's redeemable, but my nephew's not, and I have to kill my nephew now because
he had a bad dream.
I had a bad dream. It just watching them change their values. Only one who I think felt like stayed their value was Princess Leia. She was the only one who stayed her values. All the rest of them were kind of like, fuck it, we're old now. And I was like, you don't need to throw away and knock my old stuff just to make your new stuff.
Right. I agree with that.
Just to make your new character seem cooler.
So comic books. New 52 did this. Sorry, I'm extending the conversation longer, but this is what happened with the New 52 versus the reboot for DC. They basically killed all of the original. They killed Batman. They killed everybody. They killed Flash. They killed all the originals, and they got new people, and everybody hated it.
But you don't have to kill them. Just acknowledge how they had their own points and their own good. I mean, like I love the scene. I think again with what was it, Han and what's the new people? The Stormtrooper guy. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, Jimothy.
That right there is a telling thing as it is. If you don't remember their names.
I know there's Ray Poe.
Poe was the fighter. Yeah.
The Stormtrooper guy.
I love the scene where he's with Han.
Finn.
You're right, Finn. Like, thank you, Finn. He's in there like, okay, we use the Force. Like, that's not how the Force works. And like that, like
that was a good line.
Yeah, having the old group go with the younger group and teaching, like, no, that's not how this thing works. It's like, and they can bring new ideas. But I think again, is if you sit there, and maybe that's the problem with the fandom. A lot of times these new series when they come on, they're like, we're gonna shit on your old shit to make our new shit better. And then people get upset because you're like, you don't need to have my guy be a decrepit old man who can't follow things.
It's kind of changing the rules because like technically Cyclops, like he's been redefined so many times. I know I'm jumping series, but he's been changed many times about where his I-beams come from. I was watching a video talking about the history of where Cyclops I-beams come from, and it's like, is it the Punch universe or the Punch universe, or is it the Chaos universe? Is it the same thing as Havoc? Is it actually a portal into a different dimension? And apparently, it's the definition has changed from some writers to some writers.
But I feel that's fine. But I think to Brian's point earlier about X-Men, I think the problem was they were like, oh, they're wearing costumes. It's silly. you shot on my thing to make your thing seem cooler. And they had a line, I think, in it like, when we yelled, what was it, yellow spandex or whatever?
Yeah, it's just like, you think I'm wearing a yellow? Or that's what Wolverine said, yeah.
And so I think the problem is they shot on the old stuff and people got upset. And then I think if you embrace the old stuff, people will be on board. But you gotta embrace a little bit of the old stuff and be like, okay, like
They did.
90s.
I remember them shitting on that, like talking about the spandex uniforms.
And
but then when you actually go behind the scenes and talk about the leather outfits they were wearing,
Yeah.
the actors like, we can't move, we can't do things. How are we supposed to be superheroes when like it's very limiting? Like we look cool, yeah, sure. I didn't think they looked that cool, but like the actual outfits weren't functional. Whereas in the new Deadpool movie, they put Wolverine in the actual outfit, and he looks great.
And people loved it. People
Yeah.
lost their mind because you didn't shit on their nostalgia. You pointed out how kind of silly it looks, and that's fine. You point out how silly it looks, and then you go, but still have a minute and still be the love. I mean, when you got to see, again, spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine, all the Blade, the Elektra, the Gambit, and he was saying some stupid, silly lines. But in fact, they enjoyed it, had so much fun. It brought fun to the movie.
It's a fucking
It was
comic book
fun.
movie.
Yeah.
It could be silly and like fun. It can as long as you're staying true to the stuff, be silly and fun.
And I think Marvel's strength and weakness is that because they'll make jokes and it's fun, but then also they'll be like, "Oh, my brother's not here. Here's my joke." I'm like, that probably wasn't a good time for a joke.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
But this video is getting a bit long in the tooth.
It's only
It
2
is.
hours long, it's fine.
2.5 hours long.
No, it's 2 hours long.
I said that we've been online for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So,
So
are there any last thoughts?
I guess, well, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. You got to share 3 of your
Hottest.
hot-ish takes.
I feel like they were pretty like
Pretty mid.
Lukewarm takes. No, and so are there, through the themes of the conversation, is there anything that changed your mind or anything that like you're walking away thinking about a little differently or anything that you didn't get a chance to surface?
No, I feel like I spoke my mind pretty clearly. The only thing that I disagree upon is how little Goats over here is feeling about Iroh and the level that he helped. Because, I mean, when we compare Zuko to Steve Harrington, Steve Harrington came to the conclusions on his own. He didn't have anybody to lean up against. Versus Zuko had, he was like getting pulled one direction by his sister, Azula, and then he was getting pulled the other by Iroh, and it was like the devil on the angel on your shoulder. I get that trope. But he didn't come to that on his own. He had to take the knowledge that he had from him and then come to it on. So trying to say that the mom put Iroh in the way, no, Iroh just fucking loves his nephew.
Okay.
And saw that his niece was a crazy bitch and let her go be crazy with her dad.
all right. I'll have to rewatch.
So we have unresolved conflict. Maybe we'll have them arm wrestle it out for the victor.
Yes.
Naked and oiled up.
Oh my God! Wait! Why did you add things to it? Jeez.
On your birthday, is there any like big takeaway you want to leave people with?
We have a couple things in the works. We have a tabletop RPG that we're going to be doing soon. We're going to be shooting a test run tomorrow, which will be private, unfortunately. You guys won't get to see that. If it turns out well, we might put that on as a 0 session for folks. But we're going to start recording in January an actual tabletop RPG using the Burning Will system. We've got 4 players that are going to be playing some really cool characters that you can go on our YouTube channel. Blue, what's the YouTube channel off the top of your head?
Wait, do you want the at or do you want the not at? Because your YouTube channel should be youtube.com/FNG Raleigh NC. It's the same, isn't it? Unless you want to do the at grown ass bear.
Sure. You can check it out there. We're going to have our 0 sessions where we rolled up the characters. That's not in Burning Will, they call it Burning. That's not for everybody, but it is like a behind-the-scenes look of how we created the characters that we're going to be using. And then the actual storyline will be starting recording. You can catch that live at twitch.tv/FNG Raleigh NC. And you can watch that live, or you can catch it on YouTube at the site that, at the thing that Blue just told us about.
Oh, sorry. The YouTube channel. Your YouTube is youtube.com/@grown-ass-bear.
There you go. That's my handle on a lot of my games. So you get that. You get that just for you. We have other things in the works. I've been talking to folks, and I haven't run this by goats yet, but you get a live action response. And then I know I was talking to Blue about this, that I would like to do another day of recording, and Goats had mentioned that he was interested in doing something and that he could possibly do a Friday.
Oh, okay.
And I know that Blue works from home, so I was thinking maybe we could start doing like 2 times a month, where we would post us doing like a game, like an ongoing game, like a campaign type game, whether that be a board game, a card game, something like that. So
there's potential for more.
There's potential for more. You can get more of us. You can get more of us all the time.
If it floats your goats.
If it floats, goats.
All right. Oh no, the stream disconnected. No.
But is there anything else anybody else wanted to bring up?
I'm good.
I appreciate you greatly, Bear. Thank you for doing all the things, and you are getting old, huh?
This is true. We're all getting older.
We are getting older, which is funny because my birthday is the week after Bear's birthday. So.
We're very aware.
Better than the alternative.
We have plans to sneak into your house and pour all your board games out.
No! Oh my god! I swear to God, if
Oh
you guys do
my
that,
gosh.
I'm gonna unfriend every single one of you.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us to celebrate our favorite bear on Bearly Canon. We enjoyed hearing your lukewarm takes, and we'll see you all later.
And please leave in the comments if you appreciated and like this format with showing our faces versus our normal format of just the hands. You gotta say the words that we always say at the end, though.
What? No, you gotta say it. It's your
I'm
turn.
not running the show this time.
Oh. What do you say at the end
I
of it?
don't remember what.
I know what you say. I'm not gonna
hurts
say
my
it.
heart.
I know what you say, but I'm not
Keep
gonna
those dice rolling.
Keep those dice rolling.
It's too late.
say it. Your turn.
Keep those dice rolling.
Keep those dice rolling. All right, Barry, you're the last one.
Keep those dice rolling. I already said it once. Just fucking turn it off.